Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob, and today I'm going to be playing this game, Expeditions, a sequel to Scythe, supposedly. A sequel to Scythe. It's in the same universe as one of my favorite games. We'll have to compare it, of course. Can't not do that. No, I'm just joking. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. If you're new here, we live play board games. Scrub ahead about an hour and a half if you want to see direct gameplay, because we're doing this live. We're going to explain the game, we're going to talk about the game, and I'm going to take as long as I can on my intro, torturing you before getting to gameplay. That's what I do here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome. Full disclosure, I was not provided this game by the publisher. I'm not being paid to play it by the publisher or anything like that. I bought this game on my own will from my local game store months and months ago. I pre-ordered it actually because it has the Scythe branding. I just had to see what it's about. That's all it took for me to pre-order it. Hopefully we'll see it played today and you guys can decide whether it lives up to the even being in the universe. Yeah, we'll see. Or where it fits or how it's related. Does it matter though? Is it a decent game? I don't know, we'll find out. I'll talk about it as I play through it on the channel. Oh yeah, and full disclosure, I've only played it once. And after playing it once, I decided I would stream it with you guys on the channel. So this is all on my own, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And we'll talk about it as we play it. We'll talk about it after. I'll give you my thoughts on the solo. I've not played a multiplayer. I was this close to trying it out multiplayer yesterday with 4 players. We just ran out of time during our board game afternoon playing other games, and we didn't get to it. So I put a poll in the live chat. If you're here live, you can decide, do you want to see me take the effort to teach Mel how to play it and us to stream it live on the channel, probably later this week. It's up to you. You guys can vote in the live chat. I'll leave that poll going all stream so people who join in throughout the stream can help decide that. So if you guys vote today, you don't want to see me play this again on the channel with Mel, totally fine. Totally fine. If you want to see us play it, totally fine. Either way, I'm not losing sleep either way. It's all good. If I didn't like the game at all, I would definitely not even give you the option. And I wouldn't even be streaming today. So let that, for those who just want to know if it's okay, there you go. You got that. So, but if you want more thoughts, stay tuned to later and during the stream as I, short circuit and rant on the fly about good things and bad things. Of course, as I always do, no filter, no editing, just how we do it. Yeah. Hello everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Hello. Hey, Kate. On says, woo, excited to see this played. Ultraviolet says, yay, torture. Wait, what? Steven, hello from Canada. And Steven says, hello from Bonnie, Scotland. Says, I've played Expeditions once, and there's a lot of strategy. 2 players I lost. I found it interesting, but I think it'll take more plays to really get it. Yes, it's that type of game. We'll talk about what the game is, and that's a good description. That's kind of my experience with it. A very similar experience to a handful of other games that we've played recently in the last couple of years. And you'll see that. You'll see this game is definitely designed as a kind of a game that's trying to touch on all the trends in the industry lately. We've seen like everything in this game is like literally already been popularized and like mashed together in other games. It's like, hey, look, I can make a game like that too. It feels like. So you'll see that. So that feeling I've had that exactly when I played this, I was like, wow, I had the same experience learning this one and playing this one as I did a few other games. And you'll see why when I explain what the game is, for sure. Yes, it does have cute animals, for sure. 100% Yogi, it has cute animals. Yes. Yep. If you start thinking of the games that, that have been popular over the last couple of years, you'll understand why there's things in this game that are in this game. It makes sense. And the game's not trying to hide it at all, which is totally okay. It's not a bad thing. Cynthia says, I like watching you play games I don't want to buy. And that is awesome. That is 100% awesome. Just as much as I love hearing someone say, man, I watched you play this game. I never knew about it. You showed me it. I played it. It worked with my group or my significant other or solo or whatever, and it became my favorite game, or I had a blast. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I felt so good spending my money, whatever. I actually probably more enjoy when I hear someone say, man, I'm glad I watched you play this, because this is not for me, not for my group, not for my budget. Glad I didn't go into debt spending money on another board game. I appreciate the help. I feel better about that than I do about you like, yeah, I bought this game. Just go on the pile of games I haven't played yet. And thank you for showing me another game I need to pile on my Kalax to fill that empty space. So yeah, I appreciate it both ways, Cynthia. You know that. So yes, I appreciate that. Awesome. Yogi says, I vote forcing Rob to play more bad games. Nope. Let's not turn this into an old, you know, like a real boring career job kind of thing. All right. I got away from that already. Let's keep this fun still, but still work, you know, still got to feel like work. But I like to merge my hobby and my work as I'm doing here. So Yogi, I prefer my strategy of researching games, or maybe even not researching, but at least trying them or learning them and deciding whether I stream them or not, with some help from you guys. I appreciate not having to play whatever publishers send to me or pay me to play. I do appreciate that. So thank you to all these folks and more for supporting us and totally making this channel possible, allowing me to do this full time, to play games that I feel like playing most of the time. Sometimes I play games that I'm like, I'm not sure if I like this game, or after a couple plays, I think I'm going to like streaming it. And then when I stream it, it's like, that's too much. I don't want to play this game. It sucks. That happens. That happens. They all can't be winners. And, you know, to have some great ones, you have to have a lot of mediocre ones, right? To make them great and shine, right? If we had every game was great, then they would all be mediocre, right? You know, they would all just blend in. It wouldn't make sense. Yeah. C-Mish says it's less expensive. It is less expensive to watch Rob play games we don't want to buy. Exactly. If I played all the games that you wanted to buy, then, like, you know, you would buy them all, and then we'd all be blaming me, and I'd be canceled already, and, you know, we wouldn't even have a channel. So I appreciate it. You know, if we started causing financial problems, you know, all across the world, from people going broke buying every game I play, you know, governments would have to step in and like raise interest rates and create new laws and financial rules and regulations. It would be mad. I'd be shut down for sure. So, you know, we got to tilt that fine line, right? Dragon, happy Monday. Oh man. All right, so I'm going to explain this game as best as I can. I'm going to read actually the description of the game from the developer that made me click the pre-order button, because I'm a sucker. There's a couple words that you can mention in the description of a game, and I'm kind of like, and it's not the designer, it's not the artist. I mean, the artist in this, of course, like, he does a good job of translating, you know, realistic art into this like kind of beautiful alternate history art. I love it. So the game is freaking pretty. I'm a sucker for the art in Scythe, so yeah, that's probably what sold 90% of the copies of this game, to be honest. Pre-orders, I should say. Now there's no excuse. You can watch gameplay like today, and you know, you can decide. But I'm going to explain what it is to you. We'll do a full playthrough, and then I'll give you my thoughts as usual. But yeah. So here's the current status on BoardGameGeek.com. Supposedly, a handful of people said it's best with 3 players. I'm not going to probably play this with 3 players ever on the channel, I don't think. That'd be a little more work, and there's other games that are higher in the ranks that I'd rather put that time into playing on our 3-player nights and stuff. But you never know. There is a group that we play with off stream that have joined us on stream in the past that I think might like this game, and maybe they'll, you know, stream in the future, but we'll see. We'll see. But again, in a lot of situations, with that same group, I would probably just pull out the Scythe, to be honest, because they just love that game so much, and I don't know if this game has the magic that does for that group. Weight 3.03, 60 to 90 minutes. There you go. Came out 2023. And the description right here, let's just read this. It'll make sense. So it's a sequel to Scythe. It sends players on new adventures into Siberia, where a massive meteorite crashed near the Tunguska River, awakening ancient corruption, aka there is a Cthulhu, definitely an Arkham Horror Cthulhu influence in this game. Like I said, this game takes a lot from trends in the industry lately and kind of says, oh, I'll put that in the game, and oh, I'll put that from the super popular game, and I'll put that from this popular game, and try to do it. An expedition led by Dr. Tarkovsky ventures into the whatever that word is. Taiga to learn about a meteorite and its impact on land, itching for adventure. Heroes from the war privately fund their own expeditions into Siberia, hoping to find artifacts, overcome challenges, and ultimately achieve glory. So yes, we will be traveling to the north and introducing snow and northern exploration into Scythe, because that's what you do with games lately. You make a winter version. That's what we do. That's the trend. Expeditions is a competitive, card-driven, okay, competitive, yes, me likey. Card-driven, yes, me likey. Engine building, oh. Anyone seen that Vince McMahon meme where he's like going crazier and crazier, and then ultimately, like, you know, it looks like he's, you know, ultimate, you know, explosion of satisfaction. This is me as I'm reading this, and this is why I pre-ordered it, okay? Just keep this in mind. I pre-ordered it not knowing anything about it other than it's based in the Scythe universe, has the art of the same artist from Scythe, and it's competitive, card-driven, engine-building game of exploration. I'm in. I love all those words, okay? So now you understand why I would even buy this game, why I'd play this. So if none of those things are like your favorite things in gaming, this might not be for you, okay? So you play cards to gain power, guile, and unique worker abilities. Holy God, it's got worker placement. Me love you, worker placement. Move your mech to mysterious locations and gains cards found among the tiles. Use workers, items, meteorites, and quests to enhance your mech. We got mechs. And use power and guile to vanquish corruption. Okay? So we're playing Scythe Cthulhu. There you go. We got it? Got it. Yeah. All right. Only it had loot. What are you talking about? What is this? It's got resources. We got freaking money. The victory points in the game are actual cash. Okay? It's actual cash, Dragon. We got loot. We got loot. And if you think we also can gain cards and gain resources, and it's like engine building. Like ultimately, engine building, when it's using resource management, is the ultimate, like, to me, the ultimate loot gathering game. When all the loot you're gathering increases your engine, and the more significant filtered loot you grab, you know, the more targeted loot, I should say, adding it to your engine, if you're doing it right, adds to this better engine to gain even more loot, and ultimately as much money as possible. Yeah, this game's got that. This game's got that. So yeah, it already covers that. It may be my #1 game then. Who knows? Who knows? Stay tuned to find out. All right. So I've done some setup already, and we'll kind of explain how the game works all together here, and then we'll play through it, which will fill in all the gaps and make total sense. I'm sure we'll see everything as we're playing. I will play this game to try to beat the AI, but I also want to play this game so maybe we can try a little bit of everything, which might not be the best strategy, but at least you'll see all the mechanics kind of in action, if that makes sense to you. This is more about demoing the game for you than showing you the best strategy to beat it and get a high score. Again, open and honesty, I've only played this game one time the other day solo, so that's all my experiences with it here. So I'm not here to teach you the best strategy, but I play games for a living, so I may just get a good score and a strategy because we're having fun. And I'm also cheating because I'm playing solo, but I'm also playing with over 40 people right now, also who are going to help and play along once they know what they're doing. Those who know the game, those who are about to learn the game, all feel free to backseat game, play impact, help me make choices and play along. So it's not only my victory, I'm cheating, I'm playing a solo game with like 40 plus people. So yeah, there you go. So if you came here to watch that, wrong video, go watch something else. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, here we go. The game basically is going around the table. Each player takes a turn, and you'll do some things like moving around this board, okay? And some of the board is face down. The central section of the board is face down, randomly set up. We have the northern tiles, the blue tiles on the board, okay? Those are randomly distributed and they're face down, so there's some discovery aspect to the game. We have these little map tokens on the back we can earn. They're just a resource you can spend for abilities or help you with doing things for victory points and stuff. One of the conditions. We are exploring around the board, okay? That's moving. We are playing cards, okay? We will gain cards. We'll have our character card, our pet card. This has the whole, you know, the popular thing to do now in the industry is make a game with a giant deck you don't want to sleeve or it'll fall over, and literally make every single card unique. And they're all kind of like balanced and just, you know, randomly come out into a market, and you can get them and build them and, you know, use them in your engine and your tableau. Yeah, this game has that. So it has a giant deck of 100% unique cards. Every single one only has one copy. They will come out randomly. They will cycle. You will grab them. Other players will grab them. You'll try to use the best ones to your ability that show up that you want to draft into your engine. So you'll be playing cards. And when you play cards, you'll gain resources from cards. You can work or place on the card to fire off abilities optionally if you want. So that's one thing you'll be doing. Super quick. Turns are really fast usually. Move. So that's play. And then you have gather. Gather is literally just gaining a resource when you place your worker, your big giant mech. When your mech moves around the board, you can gather, or if they don't move, even if they're on the space they're on, you can do this in any order you want. You can gather a resource off the tile. That's it. That's the game. Okay. There's obviously more to it. There's like 1,000 symbols and things, you know, that you have to know, and we'll go over, but it's like not that complicated. And that's it. And it has a whole Scythe-ish mechanic to it where you cannot usually do all of these actions. Okay. Because I will have a little cube on here, okay? And if I have to have that cube most of the game, the cube is in this rectangle. So if on this turn I moved and gathered, on the next turn I have to move this to a different square, and then I could like gather then play, or play then gather. And then the next turn I could move this, you know, to cover play again. And then I could gather then move, or move then gather, okay? And you must move. You can't stay still, and you must gather somewhere. You can't ignore these unless it's totally not possible to do, okay? Then there's another hook to this. There's a whole refresh thing where we'll start out on, right? So this is the flow of the game. You have a refresh, which literally just gets you your cards and your workers back that you've already played, okay? So if you're like running out of cards, you're running out of workers, you slam this here, boom, you refresh them all back, but you don't do anything else on the turn. So obviously there's this whole managing your flow of your turn and your engine and making sure you refresh at the most opportune times and not too often. When you refresh, you will go to this little square and you just follow this arrow. You'll go to this square. And when you go to this after a refresh turn, you get to do all three of these things, and you have to do all three, and you can do them in any order. Then the next turn, you'll move this up one of these other arrows, and then you'll do most of the game. You'll sit there in this rectangle. And then when you feel you want to refresh, you go back. And it literally is just this life cycle like this. Okay. All right. This is how the game flows. Reference all over the place. Okay. So that's it. That's it. So we got a big deck of cards. We're playing, we're moving, we're gathering. All right. And you're like, well, how do you win, Rob? All right. How do you win? Let's explain that. Like I said already, what am I doing? Like I said already, man, I just mixed these up. Not all facing the right way. Oh God. Serenity now. Oh, only a couple flipped, I think. All right. We're good. We're good. We'll go over the card types too. I should do that. So the end game, Rex, how to win. And I hinted at already, is basically end. We're expedition, you know, we're going on an expedition, I should say. And, you know, we get a mech and we're going out to like explore the land like we read before, vanquish corruption, you know, gather workers, build up and try to be the richest faction or whatever in the land. Okay. And upgrading our mech along the way to be more efficient, get more things done, all that kind of stuff, right? So we'll be exploring this little board here. And this board is set up in the same formation every time. We have this right here. Okay. This tells us how to set up the board. Okay. So the win condition, it'll make more sense, is just like Scythe. We have this little track of points over here, basically. And as we play the game, every player, and we're going to play solo today, so there's a modification we'll talk about, but we have 4 stars or 4 boasts, glory star thingies to our name. And we'll put them on this track as we achieve said victories. But to do that, we have to do a boast action, actually. You don't get to put a star on here automatically when you satisfy one of these conditions. You actually have to take a gather action or a card action to actually let you boast that you've achieved one of these things, and you have to satisfy it at that time. So it has that whole mechanic like Scythe where you could have, for example, 5 resource tokens, or 5 map tokens, sorry, 5 map resource tokens in your possession. But you might spend one for an ability and go down to 4. And then you can't boast that you reached 5. You have to be at 5 or more when you do it. And then you'll get to put a star here. Or have 7 or more workers in your possession. But if for some reason you lost a worker, went down to 6, and then you tried to boast, you couldn't do that. And these are an or option, okay? So you're going to be placing stars out here, and nobody blocks anybody here. But once the 4th star is placed, or in solo, the solo places 8 stars, okay? Once their 8th star is placed, or my 4th star is placed, that triggers the final round of the game, and then we will add up points. And I'll explain what all these are in a second. After we explain the card types, it'll make more sense. But we're basically going to add up any money we gained during the game, which isn't that much. Most of it is gained at the end. Coins are literally just victory point tokens to track victory points, and you'll barely have any during the game. But if you see any card that generates money, it doesn't, like, I wish they didn't use money for it, but they just kind of pulled things from Scythe with graphic assets they already had access to. So I'm sure this game is very cheap to make. But I wish they kind of didn't use money, because usually money during an engine building game allows you to spend said money to buy certain things and do things. But in this, it's just straight up cash for the end of the game to say, I was more rich. Okay, and that's fine, but it's just weird. So keep that in mind. So it's okay, I think, if you gain no money during the game, because you'll gain it at the end and it's just victory points, because it doesn't do anything for you really during the game. But there are some cards, I think, that you can spend money to gain things, or some things you can spend other resources to gain money, but they're really just victory points, okay? At least that's my understanding. Here is upgrade cards, which will make more sense when we have, when we go over the cards. But if you kind of upgrade your mech with item cards, those item cards have a point value on them. You get points from that too. Corruption, if you start clearing corruption from the land, which we have none right now at our southern locations, but we will get some at our central and northern locations. The more of that we clear, the more victory points or money we'll earn. And then there is a multiplication based on how many quests you've done, and that'll make sense once we look at quest cards. But the more quests you do, the higher your stars will be worth. So the more stars you place here, so let's say we play all 4 of our stars, we get them out there by the end of the game. If we only did 2 quests, they're each only worth 8 victory points. But if we do 3 or more quests, they're each worth 10. And then the crazy part is quests, if we do 4 of them, we could achieve a star for that. So you're like double dipping a little bit, right? So that's literally, a score is super easy. So, you know, sometimes we play these Euro games on the channel that are the point salad kind of games, engine building, whatever. And then you have to add up 40,000 different things at the end of the game for points and go through your deck and divide up all the cards and count all the 65 cards in your deck, and each one's worth different points. Not in this game. This game is super quick and dirty, and I love it. Just adding up your points at the end of the game. It's super straightforward. Obviously, this game screams like expansions are coming that will probably change this, but it's pretty straightforward. It's got the Scythe flavor in the end game, but it's very quick and just easy to add up. Okay, so I'll go over cards, and then we'll come back to this and explain what some of these are so you understand. And just like Scythe, or like some of these engine building Euro games, it's kind of, you don't really want to go jack of all trades. You kind of need to specialize in like 4 different categories to make sure you're slamming stars down here so that you can get the victory points for them. I'm sure you can probably win by just vanquishing, getting upgrades, but you can only max out on 4 upgrades. So there's a limit to this. You could earn money off other cards, but they're kind of more rare. And vanquishing, there's only a limited amount of that happening in the game too. So if other players are stealing those points, you might be limited there too. But there are victory points related, or like, you know, achievements related to gaining corruption, as you see there. But yeah, all right, let's go over the card types. Let's go over the card types. All right, so there's 3 types of cards in this giant deck. There are quests, of course. No game is awesome without questing, right? Right? So on a card, quest cards, it'll have the title of the card. We even have a number so you can reference. I've already removed, there's 4 cards you need to remove for solo play. I've already written and found them based on number and remove them from the deck. But I love when they add numbers to cards like this in these unique games to easily look up rules when you have replacement cards come in future expansions or whatever that are misprinted. But here is the current, what's it called? Current value, core value on the card. I could earn myself, this is a guile resource when I play this card, okay? And when I play this card, not when I gain it, when I play it, I could put a yellow worker on it to then fire off this ability to pay a guile to meld, and meld is related to meteorite cards, which we'll see in a second. Okay, for example. Okay, so there's abilities on the bottom, worker placement spots, core value resources. The symbol up here is a heart to tell us it's a quest card. Also some text here. Okay, this is a location. It's on a northern tile. So I know location 14 is on north tile. I must be to solve this quest. And I don't need to. But if I ever have an ability to solve, could solve this quest by going to location 14, which is a north tile. They're all face down, so this lets the player know, very new player friendly, that I need to get to a north tile to find location 14. And if I spend 4 guile, I can then meld a meteorite. And that's completing a quest, which again is one of our little victory point things down here you can achieve, right? And also multiplies our score. So that is quest cards. Whole bunch in here, all random as they show up throughout the game, and you will draft them, and they're definitely part of winning for sure. We also have item cards. Item cards, again, have a core value. You can earn this resource. This is power, one of the 2 main resources in the game, power and guile, which can be used to vanquish corruption. There's the item card symbol. It's also the title, and the type of card is right there. This one, for example, if I place a red worker on it, and there's 5 colors of workers, I'm pretty sure, in this game, you get an ability when you place a worker on it of rescuing a card. That'll just basically get us a card back without refreshing. It's kind of like refreshing a single card. There's an ability here, for example. There is that item victory points. So if we upgrade our mech and attach this to our mech, we'll earn this money. This money you don't get just by having this card in your engine. You actually have to do the upgrade action to attach it to your mech to earn these victory points at the end of the game, okay? That's item cards, okay? You can just keep playing them loosely, or you can upgrade them and attach them to your mech. And that is one of the victory point things here, right? If you can upgrade the max of 4 upgrades on your mech with these item cards, you can earn boast for a glory star and also gain victory points from your upgrade cards that are attached to your mech at the end of the game, okay? This is one of the avenues of victory points in this point salad game, right? In your engine building point salad, okay? And the third and final type of card is the meteorites with using the purple Cthulhu juice symbol over here. These ones are, it's kind of cool. They're like kind of using the Scythe world, but then like putting a Arkham Horror Cthulhu spin on it. So they're really neat looking. As you see down here, they're like around the worker. Like I love the graphic design too on these cards. But this has the guile. The core value can be modified on a card. So if I have melded cards, which melded is related to meteorites, this is a meteorite type card, is the third card. So we have items, we have quests, and we have meteorites. 3 types of cards you can get. You could focus on 1 or 2 or a little bit of all of them. But how meteorites work, similar to upgrades, you can attach them to your mech and upgrade your mech, giving them some super Cthulhu power. And these will attach to your mech. I'll show you how these all attach in a second. But you can kind of tuck this under your mech and gain this one-time benefit. But every time you attach another or meld another meteorite to your mech up to 4 max, just like upgrades, you can fire off the ability of all of your melds, your meteorites that you've attached to your mech. So they kind of like cascade. And again, when you play this card, you'll gain the core value. So if I have at least one thing melded, one kind of meteorite upgrade, I could say, one meteorite melded to my mech, I can, the core value on this card is improved by double, basically, getting 2 guile. And if I slam a worker on here when I play this card, and if I had at least 2 meteorites upgraded or attached or melded to my mech, I could also gain a power. And this would let me vanquish, which you'll see later in the game, gets rid of corruption. Corruption is worth victory points, and also tied to, you know, the end game condition of gaining glory stars. And we'll see it. I'll kind of do the corruption vanquishing thing. You'll see it when we reveal our first like face down tile. I'll kind of explain that then. But that's all related to vanquishing. And you see turquoise corruption. You'll see that all shortly. But yeah, those are the 3 types of cards. And on our mech board here, back to our player board, on this track, we'll be tracking our power and guile. Okay, we have a max of 10, minimum of 0. Okay, we'll just use the little tokens. And no, these are not dual layer cardboard. There is our quests. As we get quests, we tuck them under the top. And again, we have a max of 4 of them. Let's see if I can find one. So we just tuck these under as we do them to kind of keep track for, you know, our end game condition, victory point counting. Okay, and we have our little reference over here of how the flow of the game works. We have our upgrades that slide over here. And we have a max of 4 of them. You slide them into the right, and you actually cover the worker placement spot. So now you just have the ability ongoing forever, and you don't have to pay for it anymore. So you're kind of like, you could always put a worker on these as you play them to get the ability, like a one-time shot. Or as long as they have the worker on it, the ability is active. But then you refresh them back, and you kind of, they keep costing resources, going round and round, but you could just attach it if you like the ability. And also it adds to victory points and helps you if you're trying to get all 4 upgrades. Okay. And then the meteorites, where was that meteorite? And the meteorites have a max of 4, and you just attach them to the bottom. Okay. And then you can just see the ability. So multi-use cards in the game. I like me some multi-use cards. Okay. So you could use them in just your engine and keep playing them over and over again. And there is also, based on card play, if you have 8 cards in your possession, that includes in your hand or in your active row, which we'll explain shortly. 8 cards in your possession does not count things that you've tucked under your mat, including upgrades, quests, and meteorites. Okay, those don't count. So again, there's this like Scythe-ish kind of mechanic of like, you have to pick if you're going to do this one at the right time. And like, if you start tucking them and upgrading, you might focus more on these ones because you might not have, or you try to focus on this and then start upgrading after, but will you have enough time before the other players kind of end the game? So there's this like race mechanic to who's going to hit the end game condition, and will you have enough points for the end game at the right time, right? Or in time, I should say. But yeah. So let's talk about the kind of the card flow mechanic. Okay, so we're going to pick some random. Let's kind of do some setup here. We're going to pick a random mech from 1 to 5. I'll just roll a die. So the mechs here are random. They all have, I forgot to mention, they each have their own little ability. Okay. And their own little mech miniature that ties to the your mech board, basically. So I'll just roll and see what we get from 1 through 5. 2. So we're going to play with this one. So this one allows us, this is Highlander. You may gain cards directly to your hand. So normally you gain them to your active row, kind of like a discard pile, and they don't do anything while they're sitting there. You have to refresh or rescue them to get them back to your hand, to be able to play them, to gain resources and fire them off in your engine. But yeah, in this case, we get them right to hand. Okay. So again, there's other ones to pick, so they can change up kind of your strategy and how you play based on their own unique abilities. So which guy is this? That's this guy. So these are not painted. I don't know if they'll ever be painted. We'll see. But we're going to snap a little colored base on it, so we know I'm yellow. Okay. So you don't even need to paint them. All right. So I'm yellow. My mech is going to start here at the base camp. I'm not on the board yet. My first turn will be moving onto the board, onto one of these locations that are attached to the base camp. Okay. And we start with 0 on both Guile and Power. Okay. And then we are going to find a random human to play as. Okay. Our random leader or whatever character. Okay. I'll shuffle these up and we'll just roll a die, 1 through 6 or whatever. I think the game goes up to 5 players, so there's like an extra one here. 1. So we're playing Akiko. Gain 1. So when I play her, I will gain 1 power. If I have at least 1 star on the end game scoring track, I could get an extra power. If I have at least 2 stars on the end game scoring track, I could get also a Guile when I play this card. Okay. I also, if I jam a yellow worker here on this space as I play the card, and again, you can gain this benefit before this or gain the core value before the ability. It's your choice. But if I play a yellow worker on this card when I play it, I could then gain either 1 face-up meteorite from the market, and I'll show you where the market is in a sec. I think we can do that now because we're done with cards. Or solve. And solve is that kind of like completing a quest to then tuck it under the top of your board. If I solve with this solve ability on this card specifically, I would also gain the core value of all solve quests, even the one I just solved. So it's a nice way to inject a bunch of resources. So it's really good, as all characters should be. So, but other than that, it's just a card. It's a card. It's like the game giving me a card to start with, but it does similar things to the other cards that are going to be in the deck that we're drafting as we go. And then after I find my random human, I find its pet animal, its companion. This one is, oh, we got the monkey. The monkey, yep, I see number 1 and number 1. So the monkey is the companion that matches this one, which is Giro? I don't know. Who can get me a guile if I have at least 1 star on the scoring track and get me 2 guile when I play him. Or if I have at least 2 stars on the scoring track, I get 3 guile when I play him. And he likes blue workers, which the blue workers do have some significance. I just don't remember what each color worker does, but it's all fine. Doesn't really matter. It's just for flavor. You can activate the previous card's ability. And by previous card, the cards that I play are all going to be in a row. So when it says previous card, it means the card to its left in the row. So I kind of don't want to play this guy as my first card in my active row, and I'll show you that. As we play, it'll make more sense. And then it says or I can vanquish, and vanquish is removing corruption, which we'll see. And if it removes the location's final corruption, you may gain the revealed benefit. And basically, corruption is covering abilities that are on locations, just like these ones. Okay, we'll explain what some of these are. But corruption can cover them. I'll show you here, actually. Let's do it. Let's show you the vanquish without revealing anything. Let's pretend we revealed this tile, and it told us on the tile, which some of these do. I don't want to reveal them. I set it all up good. I don't want to have to shuffle them all again. No thanks. But when you reveal these tiles, they'll have a corruption value on them of a minimum amount. You start drawing tokens from this bag, and they all have varying numbers on them, and you start placing them on the rightmost ability and covering it up. So if this said 8+, we would have to keep drawing till we hit at least 8 corruption, and they're 2 different colors, which match the colors of power and guile, which you use those when you vanquish to spend them to remove these tokens, okay? So now I hit the 8, we're good. I don't need to draw any more tokens, okay? That's it. It covers it up. So I can go there and I can use a vanquish action, spend, let's say I had power and guile like so, you know, I could spend so much power. So let's say I had 6 power, I could spend 3 of it to remove this. During the same vanquish action, if I have enough guile, I could then spend that. And again, there could be 3 tokens, 4 tokens on there, all different values, all different colors, who knows, right? But let's say I'm at 8 here, I would spend 5 of it down to 3 and remove this. And based on this guy's vanquish, I also get the bonus of I could then gain the benefit that it was covering. So just like Scythe, there's lots of little benefits and abilities that are going to be covered up in the game, and we can uncover them as we go to improve what's available to us, get our engine going more efficiently. Okay, increase all the options, the fun. Okay, so again, but we don't know. So some ability on some tile we played in the last game might get covered with more corruption this time. Might be harder to get at the time in the game when I might want to get it too, right? So kind of cool how that adds to the kind of surprise, discovery, variability of each playthrough. So it's kind of neat. So that is cards. Those are character cards, companion cards. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll just give these a little bit of a shuffle here. And then we also need to set out 5 cards in our like market, and it kind of looks cool. But we're putting them out here, and it's kind of weird, right? We're putting 5 cards kind of just like in the middle of the board, but it actually is tied to a location. Sometimes we have abilities to just grab any face-up card, like this yellow one here means face-up card, which means if I use this gather ability, I could grab any one of these face-up cards and gain them to my active row, which would be on the right of my board. My hand is on the left. You never have anything in your hand. When they say it's in your hand, it's on the left of your board. Your active row is on the right of your board, okay? And order does sometimes matter, okay? So you'll see that as we go. I don't know where to put my board, but I have a whole bunch of space here so we can make up our things as we go. I don't know how many cards we're gonna get. I don't know where they're gonna go. But this game is an effing table hog, FYI. All right, this is huge. I'm playing solo and this game is taking up like my whole table, all right? I don't know how we're gonna play more than 2 players ever. Honestly, the table we were playing on yesterday at our friend's place, I don't even know if I could have fit this game on the table. I didn't get a chance to find out playing 4-player. But I don't think it would have fit, honestly. Well, during the game, once we all start drafting cards, the tableau gets huge. Yeah, it's crazy. So that's one weird thing about the game. It's like made with no consideration to table space. But yeah. But if you're playing solo, you have a big table, you're fine. You know, if you have a big gaming table, decent sized table, you're fine. But it is big. These tiles are huge. These miniatures are huge. Player board is huge. Everything's huge. Everything's huge. And then once you start tucking cards and you need even more space, yeah, so weird. So weird. Just like big, big, big. Not bad. I prefer that over tiny. I'm glad this isn't tiny epic Scythe. That I don't want. But yeah, anyways. Okay, so I think we're good there. Now let's talk about the Automa. So we're playing against an AI that's going to simulate players covering positions, taking up locations that we can't go on when they're blocking them. They're also going to discover tiles. They're going to vanquish corruption. They're going to gain these resource tokens. All of that stuff will add up to their victory points in the game. But unlike Scythe, okay, I'm gonna lead here with my feelings on this Automa, and the reason why I'm streaming for you today. I was like, I only want to play this game multiplayer when I learned about it because the solo mode in Scythe is so trash, so garbage, the worst solo mode I've ever even tried to attempt to play and learn. I will never ever play it again unless it's on the computer, where the computer is handling all the other players. But the design in that was so convoluted, so stupid. When you play with an AI in the game, you don't want to spend more time on the AI's turn than your own turn, okay? Okay? You don't want to do that. That's bad design, bad solo game design, okay? But in this game, when I very fearfully took out the Automa book and hoping this game is, like, we've seen some awesome Automa systems since, right? And I'm thinking, like, hopefully they learn from that. But here I am playing another game in the Scythe universe, and I pulled out the separate book, and I'm like, oh God, please tell me it's not like 30 pages. But thankfully, obviously I would not be streaming this if it was anything like Scythe solo mode. But it is only a generous 6 pages, basically, because there's just like lots of space, lots of pictures, you know, lots of stuff. It's nothing, okay? The solo mode is so elegant, how a solo mode should be done, so basic. The rulebook is nice and thick for how basic it is because it explains every situation and covers everything. Like, I had 0 questions after reading this. I may not play it 100% correctly because I'm doing this live on the internet and I will make mistakes, of course, but this is not that. But if it was like Scythe solo, I wouldn't even stream this solo ever. I would never. I'm never doing that again. So bad. It like scarred me, right? It almost stopped me playing solo games, period. It like almost made me hate one of my favorite games. It's crazy. So I'll never do that again. But the solo mode in this game, thankfully, is not like that. It's very elegant, very quick, gets you back to your turn, stimulates another player, stealing cards, stealing resources, discovering things, evolving the game as you play, but very fast. And I love it. Okay. So with that, we are going to have 2 mechs on the board. I'll just grab 2 random mechs. I'm using 2 random unused colors. I'll just use black and blue because if they beat me, that's the color I'll be, I'm sure. And if I beat them, I'll beat them black and blue. Other 2 minis will take us, bad joke, I know. We'll take that out. These 2 minis, we're going to have, I'll say the blue is the northmost one. That makes sense, right? And they start out, I forget which side each one starts out on. Let's see here. I think north. Yeah, north's on the left, okay? There's a mech that lives and travels in the north. How they kind of story-wise say that this Automa got here first, and they're already in the north. They're already in the central. And this black one will say it's the central mech. They already have 2 mechs here, and they're kind of, one's doing their business in the north, and one's doing its business in the central locations, and they stay there. They never leave there. They will be working their way across and looping back, Pac-Man style. And the northern one will be looping its way across and going back Pac-Man style, okay? Based on card drawing. The best way to do these kind of Euro games is just flip a card, follow super basic instructions. There's not many of them. And it'll eventually get them to a score at the end of the game. They might even end the game before us. They will keep putting pressure on us. They will keep changing the board and what's available to us. They'll mess with us. They'll go to locations and block us we don't want them to go to. They'll steal resources we were planning on going to. They'll mess with our turns like a good AI should. But super simple. We flip, and I'll explain what all this does when we get to their first AI turn. Super basic, but they're going to have a little sheet here, a single card that we can literally just look at quickly to understand how many stars they're at super fast. Because we're literally going to cover up this little bingo card we'll use the same 2 colors. I'll just do like, you know, black and blue here. The color doesn't matter. You can just grab whatever stars are, you know, sitting in your box from unused players. And there's 8 of them. So the AI ends when they get to 8 stars, okay? And just like us, based on the stars they have at certain points in the game, their cards will be more powerful and do more things. Just like we can with some of our cards, get more resources if we have more victory points going, basically, more glory stars. Then we also have difficulty levels. There's 5 difficulty levels in the game. We're going to play at level 2, so recommended the first time you play, but there is a level 1 that's easier. But the first time we play, we're kind of okay. We'll play on the level 2 difficulty. And what it tells us here is we have a start position. We just grab 1 token from the box for another player. Every time one of their cards tells us it's going to advance this token, that literally just means move the cube 1 space. Okay, not every card does it. We'll eventually get to a space where they earn a star, and we take a star off this card and we put it on the base can. Okay, so we always can see how many stars they have. Super simple. And as the game goes on, they'll eventually get all 8 stars. So we can always see on this little score track, kind of have a rough idea how many turns we have left. So just like you'd be able to look at the score track when you're playing multiplayer, you kind of see, oh man, someone's got 3 stars. They might get their 4th soon. You know, just like in a good game of Scythe, you kind of like get that pressure on you. This here simulates that pressure. We can always look at it. And also based on the difficulty, the AI is going to be getting map tokens, corruption tokens, and their stars. And this is how much they're all worth. So obviously playing on a higher difficulty, this card is going to change and change the victory points and stuff too. So that's all they're gaining. If they explore a location, they gain the map token. Those are worth 1 each. For all the corruption they wipe off the board, they will gain 2 tokens each per corruption token. No matter what the number is on the token, it's always worth 2 victory points. And the stars they get down, the more stars they get, they're worth 4 victory points each. So we might want to rush the game and kind of end it early so they don't get more stars, right? There's like a strategy there too. Okay, so this nice little elegant card, super simple. We just move the token when we need to. And it kind of lets us know how the AI is doing. And also this card too, right? They both kind of do the same thing. Help us track. And then the AI's deck, yeah, I'll shuffle it up. We're just going to shuffle it up. And we'll kind of explain it when they take their first turn, which might be the first turn of the game because you randomly determine first player. Super simple. Tom says, I'm beginning to remember why my head was spinning during my playthrough. So I'm going to explain also some of the location symbols, but some of it like doesn't matter. Some we're not even going to see until we uncover locations. Like if you notice here on these lower tiles, there is no ability to meld meteorites to upgrade our mech. There's no symbols to do the upgrade action to attach items to our mech and upgrade them, because all that stuff is in the more dangerous northern tiles, if that makes sense. So the more juicier actions, like also placing a victory point star, is not even available to us yet. The boast action is called, is not even on the board until we explore and reveal more northern tiles, which, you know, it's harder corruption to vanquish is out there too. So on our starting locations that are available to us, super simple, gain any face-up card from the market, anywhere. You don't have to be adjacent to it. There is a symbol for adjacency, which is basically this little star means adjacent. And if there was a star in this card symbol, that just means you gain an adjacent card to the location where your mech is, which we'll see that eventually. But there's a bunch of different little card symbols. Oh yeah, the best way is to do this actually. So any face-up card, if we see this, it means any adjacent face-up card. If we see this, it means any item card, any meteorite card, any quest card. And that means upgraded item card. Okay. Sure. And then we have the purple symbols, which are on the board right now, which are literally just draw, and it's got the purple back, just like the back of the deck does. Draw the top card of the deck, or draw 2 and keep 1. Put the other one in the discard pile, which is also known as the sweep pile. Okay. There's rescue a card, which again takes 1 card from our active row, puts it back in our hand, gets us the worker back on it if there is one. We have gain a green worker, gain a red worker. We have or, it's or, because it has a little slash in it. Or on this space, we can gain a blue worker or a yellow worker. And this little symbol lets us fire off 1 symbol on an adjacent tile. So if we are here and we do the gather action, we could gain a blue or a yellow worker. We could draw the 2 cards off the deck, keep 1. Or we could draw the top card. Or we could rescue a card. It is literally 1 symbol off an adjacent card to this tile if our mech's here. Okay. It's not, you get to do the whole tile. It's literally 1 symbol, your choice. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. And that's it. That's all we have available to us to get us started. So we'll show you the other stuff as it gets revealed, and it'll make sense. If you notice, we've seen cards and we've seen the workers. We have purple workers. There are no purple workers here. Where will we find them? Who knows? Let's discover the lands. All right. So I'm going to put my 4 stars on my player board. So I want to get these off my board. Once I place my 4th one, we start the last turn of the game. Okay. I also need my little token on my refresh spot to start the game. And now let's find out who is first. We'll say the AI is odds, and we'll say we're evens. I'll just roll a die. And I got a 2, so we're even. And we're gonna go first. Okay. C-Mitch, thank you for gifting 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you so much. You're too generous, too kind. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Welcome to our new members and returning members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it very much. I appreciate it very much. Table space, what is that? Yeah, most engine tableau builders let you make each player's area however they want without something fixed in the middle so big. Yeah, that's the problem. But we'll kind of just throw our cards wherever, just make sure they're kind of on the left and our active rows somewhere on the right here. I'll probably do kind of like a snaking thing down the right here. But yeah, it's just like big. And then once you start tucking cards, we're going to lose more space. It's very weird. Very weird. But mechanically and gameplay wise, I love it. I love this little engine, putting cards in active rows, firing off abilities. I love that in all games, right? I love worker placement. You know, I like card engine building games, deck building games, all that stuff. It's all here. Mel, I could have had her paint the minis last night, but I was like, man, we were busy yesterday and I was like, I didn't want to do it. So I'm like, don't worry about it. But again, there's a poll in the live chat. If we're going to play it multiplayer, I'm going to ask Mel if she wants to paint them, when and if she has time to do it before we play through it. Maybe we'll play through it on the weekend. So that gives her a few days because she's got a paint stream tomorrow. We're also playing with Kyle on Thursday night. She is in the office like today and tomorrow too. So she's not even home. So she can't like paint on her lunch break like she does a lot when she works from home. So it's all up to her. I'll throw it at her, kind of see. We were talking about it. Like, of course, I would love these painted, even if it's just basic metallic with like a wash or something. But I'll leave that up to her. I'll leave that up to her. Maybe she'll stream painting it. I don't know how interesting that will be because she's literally just going to slap on some metallic speed paints from Army Painter. I'm assuming she might do a little bit more dry brushing or like put some of that rusty wash stuff on it. I've seen her use before. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And then maybe in our next playthrough, we'll have painted ones. But again, it's up to you guys. Vote in the chat if you want to see us play this multiplayer on the channel or not. I'll leave it up to you. And don't vote now. I'll leave it up the whole stream. So if you're new, if you just tune in, you're like, I want to see what this game's about first before I want to see Rob spend some time playing it again. All right. Oh yeah, the game does come with nice reference cards, which I love. Enough for all the players in the game. They're dual-sided to show you all the symbols and all the actions. Okay, they're all here. Very beautiful. Actually, if you're watching this later, you want to pause it or pause it now to kind of read them. If you want to see kind of how they're described, if you're curious and you're interested. But the rule book is available online as a PDF. You can go download that from Stonemaier Games website. They put all their stuff on there, which I love. So if you know, before you buy the game, you can actually like read all the AI rule book. You can, you know, the solo rule book. You can read the base rule book. But it's all here. But if you want to grab a shot of that, so you kind of know the symbols and things in the game, just to see how many there are. They're not too many. It's not like crazy like some of the Garfield games that go like bananas with the symbols, but there's still a few. And then there's even a solo player for the Automa, a reference sheet for them. But I'll explain all these things as we reveal their cards. I don't want to. And there's the other side of the reference sheet for you. Anyways, okay. Yeah, this little token is similar to ones in the bag. It's kind of unique to a specific northern tile, which we'll deal with it when it shows up, and I'll explain it. All right, so the AI deck, I'm just going to shuffle it quick. And then we'll officially start gameplay in less than an hour into the stream, technically. Very nice. I mean, the stream's been going for over an hour, but I don't count the starting soon screen. C-Mitch basically telling me they want to push my table space limit to the max here. So they voted yes on the poll. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. You want to see how zoomed out, how wide angle my camera lens above me here can go? You want to see how far we can go? We may have to go like, get like some super fisheye lens, you know, view, because it's so big. Like, what? Ultravioletta says, my cat wants to lick my Cheetos. Now, is that slang for some kind of adults only kind of thing? I'm getting old? Am I missing? Is this slang for some kind of drug related thing? Is that ultravioletta? This one of those crazy words the kids are using nowadays? What does that really mean? Just kidding. No, she likes the cheese. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So it isn't anything, any kind of slang. Okay. Just making sure. All right, so we're gonna take 2 random cards from the deck. I'm just gonna put them underneath the deck, and we'll go through the deck card by card. And when we run out of AI cards, we shuffle these 2 back in and we take 2 random ones out. So even if we play this like 1,000 times, we'll never for sure know when we get down to like a couple cards left, what cards will be there, because there's always 2 cards that aren't in the cycle, if that makes sense. All right, we're going first. We started the base camp down here. And we're gonna move on to the board here. Now, when we move, we can move from 1 to 3 spaces. We can't stay where we are ever unless we're not doing a move action. But because we're on this refresh thing, at the start of our turn, we're gonna move it over and we're on this little magical square space. So we can do a move, a play, and a gather. And we have to do every single one, but we can do them in whatever order we feel like it. So if we want to gather at our current location before moving, we could do that. Or if we want to gather at our new location we moved to, we could do that. Or if we want to like play a card that gives us a benefit to like gathering, moving, or doing something else, we could do that. Or if we want to do it at the location we're at, maybe we actually move and we gather a card. And because of our ability, we can gather it straight to our hand. And then we could play it on the same turn. So we have lots of options. Even though it's super simple and like quick, it's like you have choice. You have choice. Even though the map's not fully discovered either. But we are limited to moving 1 to 3 spaces. So I could literally discover a new tile right now by like moving, you know, like 1, 2, 3, for example, and then we would uncover that tile. I don't know what's there, which is kind of fun in the game. I'll flip that tile, we'll set it up, and then I would have to gather what is on it. Even if it's not something that I want to do really. So like, you know, but everything is good in the beginning of the game just to get stuff, but that getting that stuff early game might drive which engine we're kind of building and where we're focusing our victory points on, right, as we go. Han says my cat loves to lick plastic. Oh my God, what is happening to my chat right now? Anyways, pay attention, class. Let's not talk about our kitties, all right? This is a monkey stream today, okay? If you want to see kitties, you know, maybe in the next stream we can talk about kitties, all right? But not today, okay? We're focused on monkeys. Damn it. All right, anyways. Okay, so what are we doing? So gaining cards directly to our hand is a good thing. So should I be focusing maybe on this, getting 8 cards, kind of like as fast as possible to get that victory condition? Gaining cards will allow us to gain quest cards, which will allow us to do our 4 quests, or maybe meteorite cards if they're available to meld, or even upgrades. Like all that is related to gaining cards, playing cards, and upgrading. You can only upgrade items to your mech or meteorites attached to your mech if they're in your control, and your control is in your hand or in your active area. Anywhere they are, you can upgrade them or meld them from there. So we have to own them though. We can't do it from here. So yeah. What I'm thinking is I can either just getting random cards, which I never like doing in games ever like these. I like to really use my actions efficiently and gain stuff that is going to benefit for the victory conditions I'm going for in the game. I don't want a little bit of everything. I want to go hard at pick the like 4 or 5 victory conditions I'm going to go hard at. But because things are kind of randomly out there and we could have locations blocked by the AI, we could have cards that we're going for disappear because the AI cycles them or we refresh them. And this deck of random cards, our favorite cards for a certain strategy, might not even show up in a game. So we have to deal with what is available. So as you get later in the game, we might not even see any meteorites. So I might be going for the victory condition of melding, and every time I go for meteorite, the AI sweeps it away and we don't see one for a while, right? So we kind of got to pick what is here. So let's go over the cards that are available. This might help us out. So speaking of sweeping cards away, we have Sweep the Field is a quest at location number 2. This is one of the starting locations. And I know it's a southern south tile because it has the S on it. If I go there, I spend a power and then I can sweep, which means I can clear away any of the 5 face-up cards on the board that I want to the discard pile and get new ones. So that can also help me dig through the deck to find certain cards I'm looking for. Okay. The ability on this blue worker. Oh yeah, based on worker color or card color, I might want specific cards. Let's say I'm gathering a bunch of blue and red workers. Maybe I only want blue and red cards, right? That benefit me too. That's another thing. But I definitely want to get 4 quests done. I feel like it's smart to get the quests done to help me make my stars worth more. Maybe at least 3 quests I'll aim for, but I would like to get 4. So quests are good, but that one's all the way up there, but I could gain it by just going to this location and grabbing it right off the board. Another card here we have is a meteorite. This is Mapstone. So if I'm going the meteorite route, is that something I want to do? Yeah, probably, right? Because remember, she can, Akiko here or whatever, can gain 1 face-up meteorite. That's like built into my character's engine. So every character focuses on like a different thing in the game. So I kind of should care about meteorites, right? So maybe I should go for the meld, all 4 melds, right? So grab meteorites when I see them, because again, they're not always available. That's like there's only 1 right now, and who knows how long till more show up, right? We have another quest here is find a secret passage. You have to be on the location number 18 in the north, spend 3 guile, and it will let you fire off an adjacent tile's ability and gain, I think that's just gain 1 victory point, gain a coin. Never really did that before. Yeah, I think you just gain 1 victory point, like a coin. And then this says you could trash a map. So basically like spend a one of these map tokens here that are on the back of these random locations that you have already collected to move to any revealed location and then gain a guile. So basically we teleport around the board with this secret passage. That's kind of neat. We have another quest here. Close the Vortex. Takes place on tile 20 in the north. Has an ability on it if we put a blue worker on this when we play it. If your location's top corruption is valued 3, 4, or 5, you can return it to the bag. So it lets you clear corruption. But again, corruption tokens in our possession are worth 2 victory points at the end of the game. But also we can kind of troll the AI by just clearing them out and getting to their abilities faster. And if nobody has them, then the AI doesn't get the victory points either. So that's kind of probably good. And this will let us boast by spending power. So boasting is slapping a star down, but we don't care about that till later in the game. But again, this is on a northern tile, so that won't be probably available till later in the game either. Okay. And we have 1 item available, and that item is Mit's value. So this one, when we play it, we would gain the core value, and then we could put a worker on it. And when we put that worker on it, we also gain another guile. And it says whenever you have 10 guile, you may decrease your guile to 3, so spend 7 to gain 3 victory points or $3. And if we attach this to our mech and have this as an ongoing ability all the time, it's worth 2 victory points at the end of the game. I don't know if that's kind of how I want to spend my guile, but that is a cool strategy. You could build your whole strategy around this card by just trying to gain as much guile as possible and just getting victory points during the game. That's really neat. But I probably want to use guile to vanquish and get victory points from vanquishing and all that, and maybe even get a victory condition on that one. Lots of choices, man. And this is where it can be super overwhelming. There is so many choices. You don't know which way to go. But again, how I teach Scythe and how I approach Scythe and how I've taught many, many players over the years to play it is just picks a couple of these maybe and focus. Maybe the first few turns, like just kind of see what's available and maybe grab something that looks nice to you, because there's lots of randomness later, right? Not everything will be available, so you might have to change your strategy and pivot as you go. But at the beginning, just kind of like look what your character does or look what your faction specializes in, and maybe go for that star first. And then certain things will happen along the way that maybe steer us to focus on some other things in the meantime. I'm actually going to move myself over a bit so we can see all those. All right. All right. No, you guys talk about whatever. I'm only joking. Okay. Yes, Tom says focusing is the best strategy, but sometimes the board just won't cooperate and you need flexibility, which is, in my opinion, a beautiful kind of engine building Euro game, is when you have to just go with the flow and switch up and never kind of get too focused on one thing. But you should always be kind of like, always have a few things prioritized, all about prioritizing. But if another player starts stealing certain type of cards, you can't just chase it and get mad and like watch them steal your strategy. You need to quickly realize that that's what that player is doing and go for something else. And that's the beauty of these games. I love that. I love that how like you don't even need a plan. You could literally just go turn by turn, but you always still kind of have to remember your overarching plan, but that plan needs to change. You know, it's very rare that you could go, I'm going to get this one, and this one, and this one for sure every time I play this game. If it was like that, the game would not be cool. It would suck. Okay. But in this game, it's not like that. Just like Scythe, very similar to Scythe in that respect. So, but I need to start somewhere or I'm going to go crazy and get overwhelmed. So I like to kind of just like take my giant problems and cut them down into little problems. So I'm going to look at this and go, oh, okay. I want to explore a lot, maybe and get this. Maybe I don't worry about getting 7 workers. She helps me gain face-up meteorites, which are cards. And gaining cards, I can gain them directly to my hand. That seems like I should lean into these benefits. That would help me have 8 cards in my possession probably pretty quickly. And if I'm gaining meteorites, melding might be an easier thing, but we don't even have a place to meld. We got to find that. But if we're looking hard to find a place to meld, we're gonna just be discovering places and finding these tokens. Well, maybe we're gonna get 5 of those tokens pretty quickly, and we can use them to get this star here. So right then I'm going, I can probably get 5 here. So that would be one of my stars. I can probably get 8 cards quickly because I have a way to gain them for free, kind of. And then if I start melding them later, I don't know if getting to 8 would make it kind of hard to meld for near the end of the game. I don't know how many spaces are available to meld at, and they're randomly placed, so they might be super far apart, so it might be hard to do. It might be too slow of a strategy. So again, we might have to switch up later, but maybe I focus on melding. And then I like the questing idea, but if we're literally going to do melding all the time, maybe questing's gonna be hard, but we'll need to be, this is where I kind of then these other things might just happen, right? We might actually be able to get this 20-point corruption off the board, which you literally need all 10 to do, and you'll see that when we place that out. But that is its own victory condition. Or we just vanquish as we go to try to uncover melding as fast as we can. And that also will steal vanquish points from the AI. So maybe that is one we do. But again, maybe that's not. Maybe the melds get uncovered so quickly, we don't really need to vanquish too much. So maybe we end up getting 4 quests happen. But if the 4 quests aren't going to happen, we need to maybe focus on one of these. But if I look at that, I'm probably going to ignore upgrading the whole time based on this plan. But again, that could change. This is a strategy I'm going with based on my random mech, based on my random character, and based on kind of just my one playthrough. Just talking out loud. This can totally change though. But that's the way I'm kind of approaching it, so that I'm not going insane with too many options. So based on that, I kind of want blue and yellow workers to make, when I play these cards, more efficient. Literally as fast as I can. Oh, look right here. There's blue or yellow worker right here. Okay, and we know this guy's ability can fire off the previous card. So we definitely want to play the monkey second. So then more importantly, we want to play our character first when we do our first play. So we need a yellow worker ASAP. I want everything to be max efficiency. I'm getting all the power out of every turn I take. That's kind of how I approach these games. So I'm literally going to move right here. Super simple. Might not be the best strategy, just how I think and how I play. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to take a yellow worker. Boom. I take a worker from here. There's 10 of each worker. They are limited. So if you run out of all 10, if you're playing like a 5-player game and all the workers are gone, if I went here and there was no yellow and no blue, I literally can't take any of them. I just literally would not do a gather action. I wouldn't be allowed to. It just would fail. So I have a yellow worker at my disposal. Okay, so I've done my move. I moved one space. I've done the gather by gathering a yellow worker off here. Now I can play. So playing is taking a card from my hand, putting it in my active row here on the right side of my board somewhere. And order does matter, so we got to keep them going in some kind of organization. And when I play this, I'm going to do the core value first. I don't think it matters at this point. I get 1 power. So I'm going to move my power up 1 on my track because that's the core value. I don't have any stars to modify it yet. Then I have the option right now, which I don't have to do, but I will do. I'm going to put this worker here to then, I could either gain 1 face-up meteorite or solve, which basically I'd have to be on a quest location of a quest I own. I don't own any quests, so the second part is not happening anytime soon. I mean, we could make it happen soon, but we're not going to make it happen soon, probably. So this is over here. I place this. So I'm going to just gain a face-up meteorite. I only have 1 option. Super simple. Maybe not the most efficient play, but it's what's easy, and I'm going to do it. So now this is in my possession. Normally, this would go here in my active row and does nothing but sit there in my like kind of a discard pile, dead, doing nothing. Okay. And eventually I'd have to rescue it back or refresh it back to my hand to then have it as an option to play. But because I'm playing with the Highlander mech, I may gain cards directly to my hand. So I broke the game and I get it right to my hand. So now it's an option of a card I can play. Yum, yum, yum. So gain a map from the general supply. So again, I have something I could meld. So this technically, once I can find a place to meld at, I could meld this down to here. But again, I'm not worried about doing that right now because we're trying to maybe get to 8 cards first. So right now I have 1, 2, 3 cards in my control. If I can get to 8, I can boast, place a star here. Then I can start attaching stuff and I don't need to have 8 still. Hopefully that makes sense. So we just need to get 5 more cards, right? 5 more cards. And when I take a card, I immediately replace the card. Holy, we got one. It's an in-game pop-up ad for another board game by this publisher. So I apologize. If you had your ad blockers on, they're not working right now. I'm so sorry. But we just got an ad for Charterstone on a card. But this is another meteorite, which could gain us power if we have a melded card, which like I kind of want to meld 1. If I can meld 1 card early, every time I play a meteorite, I'll get more resources, right? So maybe I should meld 1 thing. But if I meld 2, all these abilities are even better. So I probably should meld 2. But then if I'm melding 2, then it's going to be harder to get to 8 cards. But maybe not because I'm gaining cards every time I play my character. I don't know. See, Mitch, I don't know. I've never played Charterstone. I have no idea. I've heard it's okay. Not mind-blowing. It's just a decent game. That's what I've heard from players that I know locally. But yeah, I don't know. I do want to play it at some point, but again, as time goes on, more and more games come out, I kind of forget about it. All right, so sorry. This one is here. Yes, okay. So anytime you take a card from here, you replace it right away. So I'm glad we saw another meteorite. So our strategy's still going, but the AI could mess that up. So we've moved plathered and glade. We gathered, played, and moved. Okay. Now is the AI. Watch this AI turn. Ready? Watch this AI turn. It's going to be complicated. Get ready. Just kidding. We flip a card. Oh my, we have to move a token. Token moved. Then we work our way down the card. The top section of the card is for the northern mech. Does the mech have 5 glory stars already? Let me check their little track over here. Nope, they have 0. Okay. They haven't earned any boast stars, whatever, glory stars. If they can't do this, they are going to just move 2 to the right. And they don't discover any locations unless the card tells them to. Like this second line, this tells me to sweep. I would sweep anything currently adjacent to the central mech. So this guy is adjacent to this card, not this one, not this one, just this one. It's going to sweep this away to a discard pile. We'll replace it instantly with goldstone. Another meteorite. Yum, yum, yum. Our strategy is working perfectly. Then we go here. If the AI had 2 stars, which you see this kind of like a gatekeeping mechanic, as the time goes on in the game, the AI will get more powerful and start doing things that players would do later in the game. So if it had 2 stars, it would actually discover the tile it was on, or the closest one moving 0 to 3 spaces in its direction. It can't do that. So it's just going to literally move 3 spaces to the left. And the crazy part is, even though it doesn't discover this, it's kind of like its own occupied tile. So we can move through it, but we can't stop on it because there's a mech there. But we still could move through that. It's kind of like, it's weird. Normally a mech in a regular game would not be sitting on a tile that's face down. You'd always reveal it, but it doesn't work that way with the AI. Super quick, super dirty, done. That's it. Our turn. So now we have to move this little cube up here. Which one of these actions, move, play, or gather, do we not care to do this turn? Let's think. I like maybe staying where I am because I could gather and gain a blue mech. And when I play this one, I could put a blue on my monkey. And then it will activate the previous card's ability in the row, which the previous card would be the one to its left that I played before it. And then I could gain a face-up meteorite. Oh. That works to our meld strategy and our gaining 8 card strategy. Seems legit, right? And people who play this game, someone's going to watch this game in like a year and be like, played it 48 times and like submitted stuff to Stonemeyer Games on how to rebalance the game. And then they're going to watch this video and be like, you totally did everything wrong. You could have gained way more points by literally just doing this and this and this. But this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is how I'm playing. Tom saying, place your cube on one of the actions. I will when I decide to, Tom. Let's not rush it, Tom. Let's not rush it. We are teaching the game still, okay? Even though we're playing it. But yeah, we would only do it on our turn now. At the start of our turn, we make that decision. Yeah. We've only done one turn so far. So maybe you played it wrong when you played it. Because literally you start on refresh, you go over turn 1 would be doing all 3. Then turn 2, we would now decide what we want to cover. And I think I am going to cover the move, and I'm going to stay where I am and kind of turtle. So I'm going to not do play first. I'm actually going to gather first. Remember, you can do them in any action you want. So I am going to gather the blue worker, put it on my player board. Then I'm going to play. I'm going to play my monkey. And when I play my monkey, I'm going to gain 1 guile, because that's its current core value. Then I'm going to slap this blue worker on here and activate the previous card's ability. I don't want to vanquish. There's no corruption on my tile. And this will allow me to gain a face-up meteorite. So which one of these 2 do we like? What do I kind of want here? Now, I could want some power. I could want some guile. So that might do, kind of lead me a certain direction. I might want a card that does yellow workers. I might want a card that requires green workers. It might all depend. I could care about these abilities. A gather would be nice. Every time I play this, I get to gather. This one will let me move to any face-up location so I can get around the board more. But I do have a yellow worker, so it could be an option. I don't really care about these abilities because I may or may not meld them. You never know, right? So I kind of don't want to even get overwhelmed by what these do. I kind of just care like what resources I get, what color workers I have, and what are the abilities. And I don't remember which one was on the left and right now. I think I have them in the right orientation, but yeah. I feel like for balance sake, I have a card that generates guile, one that generates power, another one that generates guile. Maybe I just go for the power one, just because at minimum I'll be playing it to gain power, and it kind of keeps these going up in like kind of an even aspect. I don't know. It does let me move around the board though. Very, very nice. Yeah, maybe we could still gain this one too. I don't know. Oh, a cipher stone. Man, all the meteorites are showing up. I shuffled that, I swear. I shuffled it before the stream, on stream. Yeah, we're getting all meteorites. Maybe there's just a lot of them. I don't know. In my first playthrough, I literally probably had 1 meteorite in my possession. I didn't go that strategy at all. I've never melded before in the game, to be honest. So it's kind of fun that I'm doing something different than I did in my original playthrough of it. Okay. Yeah, I would never, you should not be deciding what to cover up on your previous turn, because again, so many things could happen on the table. And part of the fun is like, you could literally just like zone out while other players are taking their turns, because so much could change before it gets back to your turn. I would never want the player to commit to a decision that based on information that's hasn't happened yet, right? So yeah, we wait. Okay. Let's see. That was it, right? That was it. That was our turn. Okay, AI. Boom. Move the token. Boom. They gain their first star. Boom. Do they have 5 stars? No. So this guy's just going to move 1, 2. The next guy. Oh, they have more than 0 stars. So we're going to have a discovery of a central location. It goes from 0 to 3 moving in its direction. This guy will always move west. But the location he's on actually has a token. So the AI will take that token. Okay, I'll just pile its tokens somewhere here. And then we're going to discover it. And we're going to see our first new location. It's location 7. It's the impact zone. It has a gather ability on here to gain 2 power. And oh, there's a meld. But it's going to get covered by 5 or more corruption. And it's an ore choice. But right now there's only 1 choice on it. And so we're going to draw corruption from the bag and cover it up till at least 5 corruption is on it. Okay. First one's a 5 and we're done. That's it. It got 5. We're good. So guile, because it's turquoise, we have to spend guile to get rid of that by using a vanquish action, which is usually only on cards. It's not an action we can do normally. There's no vanquish action. There's no solve action right here. Those actions are only within our cards and engines available to us. Or maybe on some of these gather symbols. I can't remember, but okay. And since he did that, we don't do the movement. Okay, that's it. It's an ore. Done. Back to us. So now we have to move our little token. What do we want to do? We could refresh and get our cards back to our hand. We get our workers back to our board, but I can keep going. I like to push it. So most of the game, you'll just be sitting in this rectangle here. So we cannot move this turn. Or no, sorry. We will move this turn. We will not be playing or gathering because we have to move this token. I'm okay not playing. Maybe let's just go gather something. And we can't go here because this mech is here. What do we want to gather? Do we just gain like another meteorite or something? Or do we gain one of our quests? Yeah, let's gain a quest. I think. I mean, maybe getting a green worker would be good. Remember, we can move 1 to 3 spaces. So yeah, let's cover the play. And then we will go somewhere and gather. We can't stay where we are. It has to be 1 to 3 spaces. A green worker. Or we can go discover something randomly and just gather off of a random location. Again, we do want to get these map tokens because we are thinking of getting 5 of them to achieve that boast there, right? Yeah, let's maybe do that. But green worker would be good here, right? Oh yeah, we have this too, right? This could help us gain a map token from the general supply. Although I don't like that is our way of doing it, but we could do it faster. I still want to get a whole bunch of them off the board because the AI, if they're getting them all, that adds to their victory points. So that's maybe like we kind of want to get these locations uncovered before them, kind of. But I think I should get a green token, at least 1 green meeple. Seems good, right? Yeah, Chandra is saying the same thing in the chat. Yeah, gather a green meeple. Yeah, these both abilities seem nice. So having an option of firing them off as I play, it sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. And that's it. I moved and I gathered. Done. Next. Move the token. Sweeping. This is the northern guy. He's going to always sweeping 2 meteorites away. No. Okay, we got an item. The portal orb. Oh, this has a way of gaining a map token. Whenever you gain a map, gain $1 if your location number is odd and 2 if it's even. That's not bad to have early, right? That's not a bad item to have, actually, because that could just lead to victory points, especially early in the game as we explore. Maybe we prioritize grabbing that, actually. Raise a corrupted building, another quest. Oh, that art is sick. The art in this game, man. I see why they use so many big components. And it takes up the whole table. It's so you can see all the beautiful art. It's a great table presence game for sure. But yeah, anyways, vanquish. Oh, there's a way to vanquish. After each corruption you gain, also... Oh, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah, I like this card. Oh, man, they're all good, though. Okay. And then... doesn't have 3 stars, so it goes 1, 2, 3. And this one just goes 1, 2, 3. That's it. Okay, back to us. Back to us. So we're definitely not gathering or moving this turn. I could just gain another green worker. I definitely could play one of these cards. Can't move or gather. Maybe I just move. How do I get this card? By going here. I'm too far from that card, but I could cheat and using my play action to move me, right? Oh. But then I can't gather. Oh yeah, I can if I cover up move. Yes, let's try that. Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna play. We're gonna play the Charterstone. We'll gain 1 power. And then we'll move to any unoccupied face-up location. And then we get to gather, which we can take any one of these face-up cards. Oh my god. The choices are overwhelming. Now I like this one, but I need a purple worker to really get it going. This Vanquish quest. Oh my god. I need a yellow worker for that? Vanquish. Man, if I take this card, I might just go the vanquishing route instead of maybe going the questing. Well, it's one of these two for sure. Oh, is the description wrong? Oh. Well, it is a racing game, though. You do want to race against the AI or other players. Why is that? Oh, yeah. That's weird. I guess I forgot. Thank you, Addie. I don't know. I'll just change it to Scythe. I don't know. Thank you for catching that. But there's racing to it. Okay. I'm gonna play my monkey. Yeah. Okay. Let's do... Yeah, I think I'm going this route. Oh, man, now I'm thinking of like... Yeah. I want to take this one, but I don't even know where purple meeples are. Like, we haven't even seen where they are yet. I might not see them for a long time. So I'm going to take this card, and I get to gain it to my hand because of my ability. We'll get a new card. Scout the abandoned base. That's the Empire looking for the rebels, I think. So pay 2 guile to gain the top corruption from an adjacent location if it's a 3 or 4. So another sneaky way to get rid of corruption without vanquishing. Okay, interesting. Another quest. Another quest. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think the meld strategy leads to gaining more resources here, which could help with vanquishing more. Maybe that's the way we should go. Yeah, I think that's what they're related, definitely. Okay. That was us, right? AI. Yeah, we did the gather, we played a card, yeah. AI moves 1. The northern guy will sweep. Save a lost lumberjack. Okay, that's another quest card available to us. No 3 stars. This guy moves 1 to the right. The next guy just moves to the left. Done. Our turn. I say we start moving into these undiscovered locations. And I don't think we want to play right now. I think we just want to gather and move. And I think I might just gather from our current location. Hmm. Oh man, guys, this is crazy. I'm gonna take this card, but I don't know if I'm gonna lean into it or not, but I'll just take it. I'll do gather on my current location. It also helps us cycle cards. Save a captive from a dark ritual. Oh god. Okay, then we're gonna move. When you move to an undiscovered location, you must stop. But I could 1, 2, 3. I could go here. Get us some power. I think I'm okay. I'm just gonna go here. Let's see what's under here. I'll get this map token. We'll flip it over. It is a 9 location warehouse. It gets us an adjacent face-up card if we gathered here. And there's another meld action that's going to be hidden under at least 5 corruption. Zoom back out. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you. All right. Oh, we got a 5. All right. So it's got some power. We need to vanquish that one off. Okay, done. They will not be moving the cube. They do have 1 star. So the northern guy is going to take that token, uncover this location. We found location 19, the Stormy Sea. It's going to have 8 or more corruption covering a boast action. Has a sweep action where you can sweep away any of the cards you want that are face up. And you can fire off an adjacent locations ability. So we need 8 or more corruption drawn. You do it 1 at a time. I got a 4. It's not an 8 yet, so we keep drawing. We got a 3. Oh, that's 7. That's not 8. So this one's kind of bad. It's going to be covered. Please not be a 5. No, another 3. Okay. Ugh. And you can always look at those numbers anytime you want. You got to keep the order the same. And you can always peek under here to see what's under there to know. You're allowed to look at that stuff. Okay. And then this one will just move to the left once. That's it. All right, our turn. Mm-hmm. I am going to I'm going to do a play. Need more workers. Unfortunately, I could refresh right now, get some workers back, but I want to keep pushing. So if I cover move, I could gather and get one of these 2 adjacent cards. Or I could move and play. But playing these aren't the greatest. I think I know what I want to do. I think I'm going to try to clear this off so we can meld our first card maybe. Maybe. Or do I just keep gaining cards like nuts? Because I could just gain one of these, then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're almost at the 8 for boasting. We just don't have a way to boast yet. We would have to uncover a place. I would love a worker, but I should probably get a yellow worker. Yeah, let's do, what I'm going to do is stay where I am so that I can see the AI, maybe uncover some more locations, give me some more options. But I'm going to gather and just take one of these adjacent cards. I think I'm going to take this one. Another quest. Okay. And then I got to play one of these. And I'm going to play this one to just gain 1 power. I'm thinking maybe I could vanquish this soon. I don't know. Okay. AI. Move cube. They don't have 2 stars. North guy, 1, 2, 3. This guy, no 2 stars. 1 here. Oh, he blocked this spot. I was thinking of going there too. That's funny. Okay, our turn. I definitely want to move. Oh yeah, I forgot to replace. We have a new card available. It's an item, the Deceptor Crystal. Yellow, man, yellow workers seem to be hot. I do want another yellow worker. So I think I am going to not play. I'm just going to move and gather a yellow worker. Okay, AI. Move 1, they get their 2nd star. Okay, so the northern one is actually going to discover another location for us. And it's the Ice Cave number 17. Look, there's Cthulhu. There's Cthulhu. Okay, so this one you can get a victory point. Oh, there's a purple worker. Yes, we need this guy. 8+ covering up an upgrade spot. So I guess the meteorites like thawing out frozen Cthulhu is what's happening here. And we got exactly 8, a 3 and a 5 for turquoise guile. There's not a rush to get 8 cards. It's just, I would like to have more than 8 cards probably so I can start melding some. But yeah, there's not a rush because I can't boast for them anyway yet. There's nowhere to boast. But in my mind, I'd rather just have the cards flow to me now so I have them. So when I'm doing other stuff later, I don't have to like waste my time getting them. And also having more cards now give me options right now so that I can be more flexible. So if I'm in certain places or I want to do certain quests, I have more options. I don't have to like run across the board to do a quest somewhere else. If I want to just jam a quest down and I have the opportunity to do so, I want one to be within 3 spaces of me. So there's like advantages just to like hoarding a bunch of cards and then deciding what I want to upgrade and meld and solve later. I just think it's a good idea to maybe have like, you know, a good mix of, you know, power and guile to play maybe. And maybe it depends on the workers. Like maybe I went on a strategy where I only get all yellow workers and only grab all yellow cards. I would like to try that kind of strategy one time, but I kind of want to have variety too and just see what goes here. I also want to do a little bit of everything too, just to show it off in the game, just to show what different things there are. But yeah. Okay. That was AI we just did, right? Yes, I think we just did AI. It's my turn. I mean, I could just gain another yellow worker while we're here. Yes, 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 yes. We're going to gather a yellow worker. And then we're going to play a card. We're going to play the Save a Lumberjack card. So I will gain a Guile. I will also put a yellow worker on here. I gain another Guile, and I can rescue a card. So one of these cards I can bring back to my hand and recover the worker off of it. And if I grab my monkey on stream on the internet in front of all you guys, if I grab my monkey and put it back in my hand, I gain the blue worker back. And then when I play him back out, he actually goes in a different spot in my active row so he could fire off the previous card, which is pretty crazy actually. And then we start making combos in a card game, and then my mind explodes, and then I'm in euphoria. So let's do stuff like that. I can't gain a face-up meteorite. There are none, so I don't rescue her. So I'm going to rescue back my monkey. And that gives me my worker back off my monkey. And we can kind of like shift them a little bit here, maybe. All right. All right. So next, that is it. Yep. AI. Move the token. North guy moves 1, 2, 3. Sweep on the south guy. He's literally sweeping all 3 of these cards out of the game. So we'll put this one in the top here. Cranial implant, another item, will help us gain cards if we want later. Okay. Oh, wait, what's that meteorite ability? Whenever you gain an item or meteorite, also gain its core value. Now, I wish I saw that super early in the game, because then I would definitely focus on that one, because we were going the gaining cards and gaining meteorite strategy. So that, I mean, it still could be good, but imagine we saw that early game. Oh, here's a meteorite. The Aether Stone. I think all the meteorites are purple worker. Oh, no, they're not. This one needs green workers. Okay, never mind. Gain a face-up meteorite to your hand. I don't care that much about it, but we kind of want meteorites. Oh, and look at this one. If we do meld it, we gain 1 for each meteorite we control. So if we're going that meteorite strategy, that definitely helps, right? And the next card, another meteorite. It's a hero stone. Discard a card to gain its core value. So discarding would take it from my hand and put it at the end of my active row, but it's not the same as playing it. So I don't get the core value. I don't get to put meeples on it. I don't get to fire off abilities. Gain $1 per color amongst cards in hand. Oh, so if you go which I'm doing kind of a multicolor strategy, that could be helpful. Interesting. I do want to meld soon though. So, that was sweeping. Then this guy is going to move to here and uncover this location. It's the weird forest. Look at this guy. That's awesome. That is awesome. Location number 10. Where we can also get purple workers and also possibly meld, but it's going to have 5+ corruption on it. Oh, it's got a 5. Okay. Man, my first game, I did not get this lucky. Everything had like way more than the number, because I would draw like a 3 and then draw a 5 after, or a 4 then a 5. But this case, I'm literally drawing 5s every single time. It's the weird forest. It makes sense, but it's like, yeah, it was more like my board more looked like this, where it was just like 3 tokens on like every single one. At least it felt like. But yeah, this is kind of being nice. Okay. But we still don't have enough to even clear 5, but soon. All right. Our turn. Let's try to clear this one maybe. I want this space, but we can't go there. I want to get a purple worker, like, bad, but we can't. Here's what we do. We are going to just do a move and gather. And we're going to gain 2 power. Go up to 5. Okay, done. Easy peasy. Okay, the north guy is going to sweep. Gone. We get an item here called the Dark Prophet Staff. Once per turn, if you gain a card to your active row, you may place a worker on it and to activate its ability. Well, I don't gain cards to my active row, so that's kind of bad. But it is that you may gain them directly to your hand. So if I had that, I could gain them to here, but that's kind of like dumb. I don't want that card. I do not want this card. Okay, that was sweeping. Now it's going to move 1, 2. And then this guy, they're not at 3 stars, so he's just going to move 1, 2, 3. Back to our turn. Let's go. Okay, we want to vanquish here, I think, and we also want to get this purple worker. How do we do all this? Moving is one thing. I have a vanquish ability here, and I have a yellow meeple for it. So a move and play would be nice, right? Yes, let's move and play. Move, play. I will play this one so that we can... Oh, actually... Oh man, no. We got other things to do here. I have 2 options here. I have this guy, because I forgot I have a blue meeple too. My monkey helps me vanquish, and if it removes the final corruption, which it would remove the final corruption, I could then fire off the ability right away. I would instantly get to gain the final benefit, the revealed benefit, so I get to meld right away. But I don't know if that's smart. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to play our monkey. This is awesome. This right here, I love this stuff in games so much. Okay, so I play the card. I don't have any stars, so I'm going to get 1 guile from playing this monkey. I put this meeple on him. It will allow me to vanquish. I do have 5 power, so I spend my 5 power to vanquish this corruption. It goes on my player board. It's worth 2 victory points at the end of the game. If I can get 7 of these in my possession, 7 tokens, no matter what the value is, I could then boast for that victory condition. Okay. And it says, if I remove the location's final corruption, I may gain the revealed benefit, which the revealed benefit is melding. I am going to meld this card, and when I meld it, I get the worker back. And I'm going to upgrade my mech with gain $1 per adjacent face-up card. It's a victory point thing, not the greatest, but remember, a lot of these cards, if these meteorites, if I have melded cards, they get me more resources during the game as I play them. So I'm going to gain, I have 1, 2, 3 adjacent cards face up to me. So I gain 3 monies. Is there a 3 money token? I can't remember. Yeah, there is. So I gain 3 money. 3 victory points already for the end of the game. I'm winning. I'm winning. Okay. That was me playing. Yep. I moved and I played, right? That was it? All right, AI. And this slides down. They don't have 4 stars. This guy's going to 1, 2, 3. This guy just moves 1, 2. We're all good. Our turn. Oh, I definitely want to gather, which I will because I'll get that purple meeple. But then do I want to play? I don't have this card to play yet. I got to think of refreshing soon. Could gain a map token from the general supply. Yeah, I think I'm not going to move. I'm going to gather purple guy, purple worker. Okay, and then I'll play. I'm going to play this Mapstone Meteorite. And now I gain its core value, and I do have one card melded at least. So I actually get 2 Guile up to 6. And when I play this, yeah, I'll put it here. I could put the green meeple on it, and it says gain a map token from the general supply. And if I had 2 or more melded, I would gain 1 power per map token I have. So yeah, I need to get some more map tokens going. Good. Token. 1, 2, 3. And this guy, he's going to discover his location here. Mining Town. So this would let you do a play action if you gathered here. And then this is the upgrade action. And we're going to put 5 or more corruption on here. 5? Oh, it's a 4. Yeah, here we go. Don't draw a 5. Oh, I drew a 5. Okay. Okay, that's more like what I'm used to seeing. That's more what I'm used to seeing. Okay. Now what? We're going to have to move. And I think I want to move then gather, right? Or no, move and play could be good. I could vanquish. Yep. Yep. Let's do a move. We'll just go to here. And then we'll play and we'll vanquish. So this is awkward, but we play this, we gain a power. We put the yellow meeple on here to let us vanquish. Oh, we don't have enough power. Rewind. It's this one we can vanquish, right? Yeah, because we have enough Guile. Yeah, I'm being silly. How much is here? That's 8. We're at 6. Yeah, sorry. I'll go here. My bad. And then I'll vanquish for 5 down to 1. And we gain this token. And we don't get to do that right now, but we did vanquish. And it says, after each corruption you gain, also gain 1 power and 1 Guile. So we're at 2 on each. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. No. This goes 1, 2. And this guy just moves 1, but he totally ignores us and he just goes over us. Easy peasy. And now their deck is officially run out. I'll just shuffle it right now. We'll put in these 2 cards. And we will just shuffle her up. And we'll take 2 random cards and set them aside. And there's its new deck. Okay. Our turn. I probably should refresh, right? Get some cards back. I don't need to play right now, though. So I could do a move and gather first. What do I like? I should uncover a new location probably, right? Yeah, I'll do the gather where I am and take 2 power. And then I'll move and go 1, 2, and we'll discover this one. We found a fishing village. Oh, there's a boast. We need to get that uncovered. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we need to get that uncovered, I think. So hopefully we draw nice, and a couple 3s would be nice. Couple 3s. Nice and low numbers would be nice. A freaking 5. Okay. Yep. At least we're at 4 power. I mean, we're on our way, right? We're on our way. Can you meld from active row or only from hand? From any card you control, you can meld it. except for if it's already tucked. You can't ever touch cards once they're tucked already. Either your quests, your upgrades, or your meteorites, or your melds, your upgrades, and your quests that are tucked in there. But yeah, you can take any card from anywhere in your control and meld it or upgrade it, or solve it, if it's a quest card. Yeah. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, I'm not gonna look it up. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You're making me second guess myself. Okay, that was us. I should have gathered from there, but I don't like gathering from like random locations because like it might not be what I exactly want. And like, who doesn't want 2 power, right? Who doesn't want all the power? It's not like I'm full on power. If I was full on power, then maybe I would have like gathered from here, but all right, tokens moving. Sweeping adjacent to the northern mech. Chaos grenade, that sounds awesome. Oh, it's got a vanquish when you place a red worker there. Whenever you vanquish, flip a coin. If it's heads, gain 2 money, otherwise gain 2 guile. Okay. Oh, okay. Sure. Okay, they're not at 3 stars. This guy's gonna move to the ice cave. They're not at 4. This one moves 1, 2. Oh, you didn't know the rules? You're just curious? Yeah, okay. I got you, minion. I got you. I'm pretty sure, though. Pretty sure. Let's just double check, though, because, yeah, I want to be right. Yeah, right there in the first row. Meld. Tuck a meteorite card from your hand or active row sideways under the bottom edge of your mat. Yeah. As long as you control it. Which is kind of cool, because it could get you a worker back that then you can play a card, like, even if it's over here. Which is cool. I think I refreshed now. I literally have nothing to play. And I'll be forced to play and play nothing. That's lame. So let's do our first refresh of the game. So it's literally like an off turn where we're kind of not doing anything. Other than we are going to just put all these cards back in our hand. Okay. Available to be played later. And then we get all our little meeples back. Okay. And that's it. Boring. But that's it. But it's kind of fun to see how far you can push that. I like doing that in games. A little push. Okay, back to the AI. It gets its 3rd star. Oh no. Nope. And 1, 2, 3. And this guy's gonna sweep this card beside the central mech. Finds us a fuel stone. 1 per turquoise corruption. I don't know where that means. Is that turquoise corruption I have? I have 1. Maybe that's what that means. I think that's what that means. Not sure, but we'll look it up if we need to. Okay, that was a sweep. Then this guy's going to discover this one. Location 13, the research base. Place to get some guile, also possibly upgrading. Okay, we need at least 5 corruption from our bag that was included in the game. 4. Okay, we need 1 more token at least. I think it goes from like 3 to 5. I think these tokens go. Pretty sure. And a 4. Ooh, 8 corruption on that. Well, I definitely don't want to do the upgrade strategy. I don't think too much. But there is 1 here that I did want to upgrade. It was... yeah, this one. But I could just slap the purple worker on it and then it's kind of active the whole time. So I probably should do that soon, right? Because we're running out of places to explore. But it's also anytime I gain a map token, which is when I put a purple worker on here. And also I have a card here that lets me gain map tokens from the general supply. So I could have a little engine there. Pontus, hello, says, hi, I just got here. I feel like I recognize this game, but in another theme. Is this a reskin of another game? I don't know, Pontus, but in the book, and Jamie Stegmaier is kind of known for this, is like, he plays like a lot of games and then like takes what he likes from all the games and makes his own games. Which pretty much every designer kind of does, right? But Jamie's like pretty open book about it. But when I first was playing this, I was getting the vibe of like, it's like Scythe mixed with like some Dwellings of Eldervale is what I thought right away before even reading what I'm about to read. And it has the Arc Nova, kind of like Terraforming Mars, Wingspan, giant deck of cards, engine building mechanics to it. But in here it talks about, actually I probably have it right here. But you're probably thinking of one of these games I'm about to list off here, Pontus, I bet, and let me know. I'm curious. So in the back of the book, Jamie thanks, big thanks to these inspirations, to the brilliant designers of games that inspired Jamie during this creative journey, including Slay the Spire, Clank, Lost Ruins of Arnak, Dune Imperium, The Quest for El Dorado, Shards of Infinity, Nemesis, Yido, Great Western Trail, Magic the Gathering, Tyrants of the Underdark, Dominion, Arc Nova, which is, I got Arc Nova vibes a little bit, Moonrakers, and Dwellings of Eldervale. I got vibes of that game for sure. Dead Reckoning, Islebound, Concordia, Century Spice Road, Inscription, and of course, Scythe itself. I've played like barely any of these games. Yeah, I don't even know, like maybe this is closer to one of these other games, but only ones I played are Lost Ruins of Arnak, Dune Imperium. I've played Nemesis. I own Great Western Trail. I have not played it yet. I've not played Magic the Gathering, but I've watched, like I know how to play it. I've watched many tournaments and things. Tyrants of the Underdark was one I wanted to get before, but didn't end up doing. Arc Nova we played on the channel. Dwellings of Eldervale we played on the channel. Scythe, one of my favorite games, but all the other ones, no idea. No idea. But yeah, is it one of those ones, Pontus? Oh, you're thinking of Dwellings of Eldervale. That's the first game that I thought of when I set up the game to learn it the first time. I was like, wait a second, these tiles feel exactly like the tiles from that game. And in this game, these workers don't do anything unique, but if they did, I'd be screaming even more at Dwellings of Eldervale, right? I'm sure in the expansion they will. Yeah, Tom, it's probably like a piece of that game. Like something in that game is in this game. I don't know. But I remember when I first played Scythe and I watched like a stream of Jamie talk about how like the games that inspired him from it. And he listed like 2 or 3 games, and I was like, I went and looked up videos of those games, and I was like, oh, I see exactly what mechanics and themes and things from certain games he pulled in to create Scythe. Like, and then when you realize Scythe is just like mechanics from like 3 or 4 games he loved that he just kind of put into one game, you're like, oh, okay. I guess you gotta start somewhere. I don't know. Like you can't just design games with no influence. That's like impossible, right? But he just doesn't hide his influence, you know? Some publishers will just like rip off a game completely and make it exactly the same and put their own theme on it and be like, yeah, we had no idea about that other game. Ah, okay. Yeah. But I did look up Dwellings of Eldervale again this morning just to like, to see how it played. I grabbed the rulebook out and stuff and was like, oh yeah, it's a lot different, like a lot different. But it does have like the tableau, the cards, like the unique cards. It has the hexes and the random board, and you know, placing workers and gaining benefits. Like that's all there. But yeah, from a high level, it does look like that. I don't remember what we were doing though. We revealed this, that I know. I think it's our turn, right? So after the refresh, we now put our cube here and we can do all these actions in any order. Move, gather, and play. What are we doing? I'm 1 away from vanquishing there, but is my vanquish card? Yes, I can do it. My vanquish card actually gains me a power when I play it, so I could gain the power first, then vanquish to uncover a boast action. But if I do it with the monkey, I could then fire off the boast. But can I even boast about anything? Nothing yet, right? I don't have enough cards yet. But I got to think about that, though. So maybe I'll just go elsewhere. I could just gather these resources here, then move to like a new location, get a map token. But I want to upgrade this or play. I want to play this card. That's what I'm doing first. I'm going to play the Portal Orb. and that will gain me a power. Okay. And it also, I'm going to place a purple worker on it. And when I do, I instantly gain a map token from the supply to my board. Okay. And then whenever I gain a map, which I just did, I gain $1 if my location number is odd and 2 if it's even. So like 2 victory points, maybe. Where's my location? Number 12, it's even, right? So I gain 2 more victory points. So I'm going to take a 5 coin and throw my 3 away. Okay. So I have 5 victory points for the end of the game. Sweet. And if I can upgrade this and slide it under, it will be worth 2 more, but there's nowhere I see to upgrade yet. They're all covered. Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. That was play. I still could gather and move. Probably just gather where I am, right? Yeah, I'm going to gather here. Go up 1 on each of these, and then I'll move. Let's discover a new location. I'm gaining a map. Whoa, whenever I gain a map. So because this has a worker on it, this ability is like live. Like it's passive. It's on now as long as there's a worker on here till it's gone, until I refresh. So we'll find out what the location is, but let's flip it and see. Is it even? Yes, it's even. 2 more money. I just gotta find. All right. I decided just to use this insert that comes with the game, this little tray. It works. It's not as elegant as using a bunch of game trays to divide the money, but so I get 2 money. At least it's easy to just throw back in the box. I like that. And quick for setup. Okay. Okay. Perfect. This is gonna get, oh, this has a sweep, so we can cycle cards that are on the market, and we could also refresh. We could refresh here as an action without moving our cube. That might be something we want to do in the future. It definitely might be something we want to do in the future. Let's get our corruption on here. 4 and a 3. It's 7. Covering up an upgrade. All right. That was move. We did gather. We did play. We're done. AI. That was a nice turn. All right. That'll move 1. The north guy, 1, 2, 3. The south guy, there is no more central. So he wants to go to a central location and discover it. But there's no more in the central row. He doesn't ever go in the north or the south. So he will just move 2, and he ignores us. 1, 2. So we at least cut this guy off from getting more of these map tokens, which are worth 1 victory point to the AI at the end of the game. But there's still so many more in the north that I want to get. But I'm just not sure if we should be pushing up there yet, because we don't really have a ton of power, and they're higher corruption up here. It's always like 8 or higher, I think. I have seen 5s, I'm pretty sure. It's all 5s here though. Yeah, it's all 5s in the middle. I just noticed these are colors. I just noticed this, that you're allowed to like look under here at any time, but I just realized there's a color difference. Yellow are both stars, blue are upgrades, so you don't have to keep looking. And there's purple here to hide melds. I did not realize that until just now. Yeah, that's an upgrade, it's blue. Okay. And what about in the north? So that's a yellow, so it's probably a bow star, right? Yep. And this is blue, so it's probably an upgrade, right? Yep. Okay, that's cool. I didn't notice that before. That's cool. Makes it quicker for players just to know like kind of what's under there without having to fiddle with all the tokens all the time. Okay. AI's done. Our turn, right? So we got to move our cube up here and block an action. What do we want to do? Let's... I'm going to go for this card, I think. So I could just gather where we are. We could sweep away a couple cards, and we have 3 meteorites to choose from. We might even get more. I do want quests though too, but then I could, no, this is dumb. Why am I thinking this? No, I'm not thinking this. We should just go to a new location probably. But gathering, I could gather from here before moving, but I think that's kind of lame. Oh, we have 5 map tokens. We could get this star here, which would help make our other cards better when we play them. So yeah, let's do that. How do we get a bow star? This bow star uncovered. Can we do it yet? Yes, we can. Yes, yes, we can. A move and a play. Easy, done. Move, play. I'm going to play my monkey. When we play our monkey, it gets us 1 guile. I'm going to put a blue token on it, and this is going to vanquish, which I'll vanquish here for 5, puts me down to 1 power. I gain this, which we are having 3 out of 7. If we can get 4 more tokens, we can go for that too. We now have a boast location uncovered, so we could take advantage of that. And it says if we took the last corruption, we gain the revealed benefit, which we can do right now. We actually get to do this boast right now. Oh, I should do this in a different order, right? Yeah. I don't need that guile yet. So let's say we're doing this ability first. It matters. I'm pretty sure, right? Yes. So if I do this here, I'll show you. So I'm going to do this vanquish, right? So I remove the corruption. I get to do the boast. Okay. And I'm going to boast here because I do have 5 map tokens at least. Now I can't claim the worker one, so it's one or the other. And then I can take the core value up here. I can do this after doing the ability. I can do these in either order. So now the core value on the card is modified because I have at least 1 star. I actually gain 2 guile. Yes. That's what we want. That's what we want. Yeah. When I first played this, I'm like, why would you ever want to do it in a different order? I just realized why. That works. I get more resources. Why not, right? Yeah, we're loaded with the yellow workers. Yellow, yes. Okay. That was it, right? AI. Token. Doesn't have 5. 1, 2. This guy can't uncover, so he's just going 1, 2. Back to us. Back to us. I feel like I want to meld or gain a meteorite. So I could just move and gather. What are we trying for next? Are we going for cards? Are we... I don't know. Quests. We need to think of questing too, right? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Where's location 9? Oh, way over here. And location 4. Oh, right here. Yeah, we could do this quest and tuck this card. So we could solve. So we got to move and play, but we can't because we just did that. But we could just move and gather, or we can gather. We need to save our leader for that. Oh, but then we're going to lose. We got to get our 8 cards first before we start doing all this silly stuff. I know it's weird, but... yeah, I'm just going to stay where I am. I'm going to gather 1 of each resource. Then I'm going to play. I'm going to play my leader, actually. It's weird. It's weird. But I think that's what I'm going to do. And I gain 2 power from that. Because I do have 1 star. I'll put the yellow worker here, and I'm going to gain a face-up meteorite. Yeah, I'm going to gain this one. And I can gain it to my hand because of my ability. Okay. And that's my turn. Move this over 1. They're at 3 stars. North guy moves once. This guy moves 1, 2, 3. Back to our turn. So now I want to move and play. And I'm going to... I should refill. Actually, hold on. Maybe I want a different... I think I want this meteorite, actually. Color, cards, in hand. I'm just trying to think of which one like has the better meteorite I control. Could be in this one too, actually. No, I'll take this one. I'll take this one. Sorry. Yep. I'll take that one. Oh, another meteorite. Oh, I'd rather have that one because it's yellow. Oh, okay. Maybe I get that one later. Okay. Maybe I get that one later. All right. Where was I? So now my current turn, I am moving and playing, right? Yeah, and I'm going to play this Lumberjack card again. It's going to get me a Guile, and I'm going to gain a Guile and rescue a card. So Guile, and I'm going to put a yellow worker on it, gain another Guile, and I'm going to rescue my leader back so that I can do a solve next turn. Token, they're now at 4 stars for the AI, so we're like halfway done. Okay, they do have 3 stars. This is the first time I think we're going to see this. So the northern guy wants to move 0 to 3 spaces to get the closest location. He's going to steal 1 corruption token off the top. And they get 2 victory points for every one of their corruption also. And he does have at least 3 stars, so we can do that. So north guy always moves to the right. So he's going to move 0, 1, 2. He's going to take 1 of these tokens. So the AI is going to start building up a pool of corruption. And then this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3. So now, yeah, I got to see if I can clear some of that corruption before they do. I can kind of steal victory points from them too. All right. So now we're going to stay where we are. We're going to gather. I'm going to take a red worker. And we're going to play. And we're going to play our leader. And because we have 1 star, we're going to get 2 power. We're at 6. I'm going to put a yellow worker on her. And then I'm going to solve. Because I'm at location 4, I actually get to solve even from over here. I can solve this card. I'm on location 4. I spend 1 Guile and it'll allow me to rescue a card. Okay, so 1 Guile spent. I'm going to rescue... It's either my companion or my character. Do I want to be gaining more meteorites right now or vanquishing? No, I'm going to get my leader back actually. Seems kind of busted. I also could use a little more power than Guile actually. So I'm solving this one. I rescued my card. Now I tuck this under here and I have 1 out of the max 4 solved quests. And then also on my leader though, if you solve, gain the core value of all your solved quests. So I only have 1 solved and I gain another Guile. Love the cascading effects. All right. That's my gather, that's my play. AI. So the northern guy is actually going to discover another location. And he found the encampment. Okay, so yeah, it's yellow. Another place with a boost bonus boast action. I may call it boost sometimes, I'm sorry. Also, you can get any face-up card on there. We're gonna put 8. There's a 3. And a 4. Oh man, it's only 7. We gotta do another token. A 5. Oh my gosh. So we got 11 on there. 9, 10, 12. Yep, 12 corruption on that tile. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we go to the stealth. He is, they're not at 5 stars, so he's just going to move 1 to the left. Boom. Our turn. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? I think I'm going to, I'm kind of ready for a vanquish. But I also could meld right now too. I'm kind of liking melding also. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so let's do a move and gather. I think. No, let's do a move and play. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna play this card. And it's gonna get us 2 guile because we have 1 melded meteorite. And also we can gain a map from the general supply. We don't get that second part, but that's okay, I think. We're up to 10 guile. Put a green worker, and we're getting a map from the supply. And anytime we gain a map, we're going to get a $1 because we're on an odd location. Let's just take a 3. Okay. All right. AI. Move token. The top guy is going to get a 1 corruption token off the board. And the bottom one's going to do the same. And it can move here and take this corruption. Done. So now we have like 3 spots we can meld at that are available, which is nice. But they're all like kind of jammed together, which is annoying, but whatever. So now I'm going to, I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay. Let's play a card. No, let's gather first. Let's gather. Let's do a meld. Let's do a meld. I'm going to meld this card. Get our green worker back. The cool part is when you meld, you actually get to fire off the previous melded meteorites again when you're upgrading your mech, when you're melding to your mech. So I get to fire off this one again. And that's why I strategically went to this center location. I was thinking about doing this in advance. And that's a great place to do it. So I gain $1 per face-up card that's adjacent. I got 1, 2, 3 adjacent. So I can get rid of this, get a 5 and a 1. Actually, I can get rid of these 2 to get a 10. I have 11 coins. And then I fire off this other meteorite I just melded, which gets me $1 per map token, and I have 6. So, I don't know if there's the best way to do it. I barely had any money the first time I played until the end of the game. But this is like a different strategy that I'm trying out here. It's very cool. I don't know if it's going to be a winning strategy, but it's neat. I like this melding stuff. I didn't do it before. Fun. Okay, I just don't know if I'm doing it too early or not. I don't know. Because again, if I'm going for the 8 cards, I'm definitely going against that. But I'm also trying to boost up my meteorites as I play them so that I'm getting extra abilities on them too, right? So if you're sitting at the 2 melded, you're maximizing every meteorite you play. But I would love to get a 2nd star boasted so our character and our companion are more powerful when we play them. I just don't know what that is. Okay. That was my gather. And now I'll play, right? Yeah, I'll play. I mean, I might as well play this one. Yeah, I'm going to play this one, I think. Because it'll give me 2 power. 2 power here, and I'll get to do this ability also. So 1, 2. I'll put the red on it. I get to discard a card to gain its core value. So I can discard this one to here. It's not playing it, but I do get its core value, so I get 2 more power. I'm actually maxed out at 10. Oh, actually, we can find the location with this. We have 20 guile and power together, but we don't know where it is in the north. Maybe we go on a mission. And then that could be a star. I was not planning on that. I thought I'd be vanquishing more and this would be going up and down more. But I actually got a good little engine going, so this went up a lot faster than I expected. Okay. And then I get to rescue the previous card. So the monkey goes back to my hand. Okay. And that is my gather and my play. Feels like it plays quick. How long would a solo game, not the camera, take? I don't know. I only played once off camera learning it. I'm still learning. Like, this is only my 2nd game ever played. But it says it's a 60 to 90 minute game. So I'm assuming when you really know what you're doing and you're playing solo, you could jam it out in an hour. And I could see that. I could believe that. But I'm literally explaining every option. I'm going over every card. I'm stopping and thinking a lot more. But yeah, it depends how much you get caught in analysis paralysis too. Like, that's very subjective, right? Some people play solo and they love just sitting there and staring at every option and analyzing everything and even doing takebacks and trying different things out. So like some solo games, you can really stretch. Like, some people will take forever playing, but if you don't care and you don't think and you just want to get a game done as fast as possible, I don't know why you'd want to do that. It's kind of boring. Unless you're just literally trying to get credits on Board Game Geek that you've played so many games in the year or something and that makes you feel better. But personally, I want to enjoy every minute I'm gaming, so I don't really care how long a game takes. But yeah, 60 to 90 minutes is the official wording on that. But I don't know. Now where was I? But yeah. Was your token money max 3? What? Toxify, what do you mean? What do you mean? Did I mess something up? Was your token money max 3? I'm not sure. Tom says, in the one game I played, I went the quest strategy and my opponent melded more. Not sure which is best. Well, they should be both balanced. Any strategy should be relevant, as long as you're trying to get your 4 stars, you know? Melded cards. Oh, you're right, it is max. I did not see that. So what did I take? 6, right? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I didn't even notice that. I did not even notice there was a max on there. So I could have done this way earlier. I was trying to maximize it, so like get as much as possible. So I lose 3, right? Yeah. So I'll just take. Thank you for catching that. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nice catch, nice catch. Okay, all right. I don't remember what we were doing last. I think we just hit this and I got excited. But I think it's the AI's turn. I think, but I'm not sure. I might have done that wrong. You can let me know. Move one forward. And they don't have 5 stars, so this guy goes 1, 2. This guy will sweep these 2 meteorites away. Uh-oh. And he finds Aether Vision Goggles. Whenever you gain a map, you may gain Guile and rearrange your location's corruption. Well, that's neat. If you're going heavy vanquishing, that's a useful tool. And then, oh, we got another meteorite, Aid Stone. Oh, it gives us a vanquish on the red meeple, and we could gain Guile based on how much orange corruption we have. And what's the side? Well, there's another max. Gain 1 per orange corruption, max 3. Does the other one say that too? No. Oh, but that has a limit. Gain 1 per color card in your hand. Per color among cards in your hand. So the most colors I can have is 5. So that has a built-in limit, I guess. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. Okay, that was sweeping. He doesn't discover. He's going to move 1, 2, 3. I think we need to go adventuring in the north. And I mean, we could go to that one by going 1, 2, 3. And we could go 1, 2, 3 to this one. We could go 1, 2, nope. Never mind. All right. So, if we do that though, maybe we just gather here and meld another card. Like, that only gets us 2 coins if we do that, this one melded. So I feel like we do that melding after a refresh. That's probably the best time to do that. Because then we could have yellow, purple, yellow, red, purple, blue. We don't have green cards right now. Maybe we need to grab a green card. Maybe. Maybe, because we melded one of them or something, or we quested. Oh yeah, quests. We need to grab a couple more quest cards if we're going to do quests. We literally only can do 1 more based on what we control. So I do need to gain quest cards. And there's 13. Location 13 quest card, which 13 is where? Over here. I mean, we could go 1, 2, 3, and then just gather here to gain that quest card. I don't necessarily want to go all in on the quest, but I mean, it does help get more for each star we have. I want to try maybe not doing all the quests, because seeing how that works out score-wise. Here's what we're going to do, I think. I think I'm going to do a play and a move. But based on where I go, so I'm going to move. And here's what I want from you guys. First person to tell me, that's where I'm going. Am I going to the west location up here or the east? Whoever tells me first, west or east, that's where I go. Let's see who's got the least chat delay and who's ready on their keyboard. Also gives me an excuse to drink. Oh, come on, Minion, that's too fast. All right, west. West it is. Thank you, Minion. All right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So we're doing our move. And we're going to play one of these 2 cards based on what we find here. So we get another map token. Whenever you gain a map token, we're going to gain money based on odds or even location. It's an odd, so we get 1 coin. I'll get rid of the 3 and the 1 for a 5 again. Okay. Oh, it's just 2 victory points? That's boring. It's the Ancient Temple. I was hoping for that nice 20 location. So, Minion, you failed me. Pawn, we'll find out what this is, and we'll find out if you pick better shortly. So we need 8 plus corruption. Hope chat is on your side. It's all random, but it's fun to troll somebody who picked wrong. It's always fun. You guys do it to me enough, so it's nice to do it back sometime. 7. Oh, God. Oh, God. 10. 10 corruption. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, playing though. I could vanquish, actually. Still, I could vanquish. That's not bad. And could I get all of them? So when you do a vanquish action, I go top to bottom, right? So I could get rid of the 3. And I definitely have 7 more. But then we're definitely don't have enough to do the 20 token when it shows up. But we would get 3 more tokens right here. And I could gain the revealed benefit if I used my monkey to vanquish, which would then allow me to meld another card. But this meld would not be as juicy because I would only have 1 color card in my hand to gain $1. But I could fire this off again later in the game because it'll be melded. And when I meld my 4th card, I fire them all off again. I just don't, like, I want to maximize everything, but like I'm here, I have play a card, I can vanquish, or I don't care about melding and I vanquish with this card. Actually might be better, right? After each corruption you gain, which I can gain 3 right now, I'll also gain back some guile and power. Yeah, that's the play, right? That's the play. So I'm going to play this one. I'll play it like this. Let's do this. So I play it there. I gain... No, I'll do this first, not this. Yes, yes. Remind me I have to do that, though. So we'll do the ability first. We'll place a worker. We'll vanquish. 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. And after each one, we're gaining... Oh, yeah. After each corruption, we gain. So we have to do it in order, right? So on the first one, we actually just gain 1 power back because we can't gain more guile. Then 1, 2, 3. After the second one, we gain a power and a guile. And then we spend 4 more guile, down to 4. And then that will give us a guile and a power. Man, that feels awesome. Love this cascading stuff. I love that in engine buildings. Where like you fire this off, then it fires that off, fires this off, points, 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 points. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I didn't feel that as much in my first playthrough because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But now that I'm on my second playthrough, playing with a little bit more knowledge, this game definitely, like, I don't know what I would rate it on that first learning playthrough based on what I was seeing. Felt a little mediocre. But probably Scythe felt that way when I first learned it too. But then once you get a few plays in, you start understanding what's possible and what could happen and kind of maximizing your things. All engine building games are like that, right? And then once you start making those sweet, sweet engines and feeling the payoffs of your efficiency, it's like, oh, so good. I do like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's definitely, I feel a lot more positively about this game the more I play it, it seems. I do want to play a multiplayer though. That will be the real deciding factor. All right. Okay. Now I forget what I was doing. I did my play. I did my vanquish. Off this ability. Oh yeah, I need to gain 1 more power, but I'm already maxed out. So I don't even gain this anyway. That's fine. That is fine. A little inefficient, but it's okay. AI. North guy wants to gobble 2 tokens. That's not good. This guy wants to move 1. Back to us. We have 6 of these. We need 1 more vanquish. 1 more corruption token, I should say, right? And we can boast about that. Where do we get that from, though? Where is the proper place to do that as cheaply as possible? It's over here, right? Or here. But we want to get rid of power. So I feel like we have too much of it. So I'm thinking of doing a little cheeky move and gather, I think. I don't know which way to go. Like there's 2 locations over here. I am still kind of looking for this 20 location, but I have to think about what I'm doing after that. So if I'm all the way on this side of the board, I can't go get to these things easily. And if I'm over here, then I can't get to these things easily. I need to be near this bow star because it's the closest one that I can get for sure. This one here is covered with 7 guile. I'm at 5. If I play this card, I could be at 7. But I can't do a move and play right now. I can't do a move and play right now. But I want to be here then. I want to be here and uncover that with this card. So I need to play cards on that space. So what I'll do is just do a move and gather then. I'm going to go 1. Sorry, dude. I mean, touch your mini. I'll just go 1 to here. And then I'll gather and gain a card. Any face-up card I want. Let's gain. Choices, choices. I think I go to meteorite right now. Probably yellow one, right? Because I have yellow workers to spare. I'll gain that card. It's this one, the Mind Stone. I took it because I kind of short term I need guile, so it gives me guile. I also like this, so if I meld it, I get 1 per placed worker. So the other one I have is per color of cards in my hand. So now I'm in the situation, if I have a bunch of workers placed over here, I can meld this guy and max it out. Or if I refresh and all my cards over here, I can meld this one instead and get a whole bunch of coins based on where all my colors of cards in hand. So it gives me options. It's a flexibility choice. But then I also have yellow workers. And this could let me place a worker on an active card to activate its ability. Now it kind of works against what my mech does, because my mech keeps letting me gain cards to hand. Normally in the game, I'd be gaining cards to my active row, so I have a whole bunch of cards over here. Before I refresh, that would have empty workers on them. So this would help me, you know, put a worker on it. I do have one right now. I could put a worker on my character while it's over there. But I probably just meld this, right? But this also does let me get power based on place workers, which is great. So I'll take that one. That's my thinking on that one. And that was my move and gather. Oh, the north guy is going to discover another location. We're getting more information. He's getting more victory points. He found the mountain pass where we could gain a face-up adjacent card or another place to possibly meld. Okay, it's not the 20 place. It's one of these 2 locations. So if it's west, Minion, you are the winner. And if it's right, Han is the winner. Marie, how's it going? Hello, hello. Welcome from Sweden. Hello from Canada. All right, so we put 5 on here. And another 5. Oh, that's 10. That sucks. Okay, that was that. And this one wants to gobble up 1 token. 1 corruption. Done. So now it's back to us. We said, what did we say we want to do? We want to play a card where we were, right? And we could move after. Or we could just gather again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could be where we want to be for cards. Can we even boast right now, though? How are we going to boast again? Oh, yeah, we're boasting that we have 7 or more corruption tokens, because once we uncover that, we'll get to boast because we'll have the tokens, right? And then we'll have two stars. So then our cards will give us more resources, some of them every time we play them. It'll adjust their core value. So I'm definitely playing where I am. I don't need to move then. That's my answer, right? So I will play. Yeah, I'll play Blue Worker. And we're going to vanquish. Oh, we don't have enough. We don't have enough. Hold on. We need 7. How are we doing this? We're gaining this first then, right? That, unfortunately. Yeah. I think that's how we're doing this. Yeah, we're going to gain this first then. So unfortunately, we only gain 2 Guile, but that's fine. Because we only need 7. Yeah, that's the way we're going to do it, I guess, unfortunately. And then we will... Oh, hold on. We could use his ability to activate the previous one again, where we gain extra power off. No, let's not do that. Let's do what we're doing. So we're going to just spend all 7 to get this 4 and this 3. Okay. And then if we uncover the benefit, we can use it. So it's a boast. So we're going to boast that we have more than 7 corruption tokens on our mat, which we have 8. So we're fine. Okay. So we're halfway there. Yay. And that was our play. So now we can gather. Can I boast again? Do I have anything else? I don't have enough cards. I don't have the 20 token. I don't have 4 upgrades. I don't have 4 melds, and I don't have 4 quests. So I probably should just gain a face-up card. And I will gain... we need a green card, but I don't want this one. I don't want that one either. Yeah, I either take the quest or the meteorite. Probably the quest, right? 13, it's right over here. I could solve that. Yeah, let's take the quest. Okay. Sure. Another quest. Okay. AI. Token. They get their 5th star. This guy's going to discover the eastmost location in the north. And there it is. Tarkovsky's Lair, number 20, which is where the 20 token goes. Unfortunately, we are nowhere near now having 20 or 10 Guile and 10 power. Unfortunately. I couldn't wait anymore. But that is a victory, one of the stars we could get if we can get our Guile back up. But each one of these tokens is worth two points at the end of the game, but so is that one. It's worth 2 points at the end of the game also. So it's like I could just keep getting smaller tokens. And then... Oh yeah, we had to sweep first. We got to sweep first. Doesn't matter. Study meteorites on the village outskirts. Okay. Then this guy, he wants to take this corruption. And then I'll shuffle up their deck and get it ready. Yeah, Han, you were right. East was the way to go. I shouldn't have listened to Minion, but I made the rules of whoever said it first, but yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have said, whoever is not named Minion number Q, who first lets me know the answer. I see you delete that message, Minion. I saw that. I saw you delete your message. Why are you calling me out? I didn't say anything. Yeah, I see what you're doing. That's it. I'll pull out my admin tools. No, I'm just joking. It's all good. That's funny. I think later when people are watching, they'll be like, Minion never gets? Like, it probably won't be in the archive, you know? Very clever. Very clever. All right. Okay. Now what? Oh yeah, we gotta take 2 cards out of here, right? Yeah. Okay. Back to us. I think I want to discover this location. Because I think I want to make my way to this one to do this quest. But I don't have the guile for it right now. So I don't need to move yet. But I have to move though. I could just move to here, but it's random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more card and I could do the eight cards. I also could double meld. We can just close it off. We can cut the A off before they get more stars too. Yeah, there's a lot more I could do, but I like kind of want to do this with low quests to see if that's viable. And if we can beat the AI by like kind of rushing them a little bit. I don't know if that's dumb. Or not the best strategy, I should say. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm moving, and I'm gonna play. I'm gonna move 1, 2. Okay, we're gonna discover this. Anytime I gain a map, it's an even location, so we're gonna gain 2 money. And it's the observatory. Oh, that looks cool. Man, that art is sick. Okay. Oh, you can gain map tokens off of that. That's okay, I guess. There is a strategy around those map tokens for sure. Like I have part of it going here, I'm sure. Okay, so we need 8+ corruption. 3 power. And 5 guile. All right, so nice 8, perfect. Now playing a card. Playing a card. I have options here. I could place a worker on. I'm playing this one because I need guile. I need guile. I don't need power. Let's do that. I have a meld, so I gain 2 guile. I can place a yellow worker, which lets me place a worker on an active card to activate its ability. I might as well. I'm going to gain a face-up meteorite. There is only 1 to gain, so it's this one. And I can take it to my hand because of my ability. I'll replace it in the face-up cards with a quest. Search for the mining town and fuel the survivors. For fuel. Search the mining town for fuel and survivors. Okay, okay. I mean, I still could get all 4 quests done. It's still possible. Quests are showing up. I only have 1. I have 2 in my possession, so I only need 1 more. And we could run around the board trying to do that also. Yeah, maybe I'll switch into quest mode. But I also want to meld, so it's like maybe I'll focus on that too. But I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards now. So if I go boast, I can get the cards. I don't need to do all the melds then, but I could fire off more melds and get more victory points. Yeah, screw the questing. Let's do the melding. But maybe I'll do 1 more quest, because it does get me 2 more victory points per star. So that's probably good too. Yeah, maybe 1 quest, and we try to get 1 or 2 more melds. That's, I think, the play. But before we quest or meld, we need to get the victory points for having 8 cards in our control, because once they're quested, once they're solved, melded, or upgraded, they don't count towards the 8 cards under our control for this victory points. So Oh yeah, plus this, I gain 2 power per placed worker. No, nope, nope, nope. That would be amazing, but yeah, no, that's fine. I don't get that ability, I wish. Okay, so AI now, AI now. Oh, the cards are upside down. Oh no. Oh my god. We get sweep for the one in the north. He's sweeping away this card. Another quest. Offer an arcane sacrifice. Discard a card to gain either its core value or 1 worker of the color shown on that card. Oh, that's cool. Then he has nowhere to discover. He's just going to move 1, 2 to the right. This one wants to go this way. It can't reach a place with corruption in 3 moves, so it just goes 1, 2, 3. It wanted this corruption, but it can't reach it, so too bad for you. All right. So now this boast is blocked, unfortunately. But that's okay. That is okay, I think. So what can we do in the meantime? We could vanquish, not where we are though. But it does give us more points. I could refresh soon too. I don't really want to play a card right now, that's for sure. So it's going to be moving and gathering. So what are we trying to gather? Probably just 2 guile. That's probably safe. It is on a place where we can solve. Another quest. So yeah, let's do that. Yeah, maybe we refresh next turn on this location on the research base. Then we are within 3 move to get to the boast. Yep. Yep, let's do that. So no play. We're going to move to here. And we'll gather 2 guile. Going to 4. Okay, done. Oh, what the hell? All right, move the token. The north wants to go east. 1, 2, 3. And take 1 corruption token off of here. And this guy goes 1, 2, 3. Done. All right, now I think we refresh. You still have the move ability card. I think I might have melded that already. Yeah, I think I melded that one. Yeah, I did. That explains why I haven't had that option available and hasn't come to my mind. Okay, so yeah, let's just do a refresh and we'll get all our workers back. I would love to do this refresh, but it's all the way on the east side of the map. So we'll just do this one. And we get all these cards back to our hand. All 1,000 of them here. And they're still in our control. This is fine. Oh yeah, but we wanted to boast before we solved, right? Damn it. Whatever. Okay. Token. This guy is going to take this corruption. This guy is going to go 1, 2. Okay. So now we move this over and we get to take all 3 actions. Okay. So I could just move and gather. We get credit for the card, but then we can't solve because we're not on 13. We could solve on 9, which is right here. But I still want to boast before that. So we could do a whole like go over here and then try to come back. But that's lame. Oh, I could do a cute thing where like I play, gain a face-up meteorite. Oh, there are none, never mind. Then try to rescue her back and then use her to solve. Or I could use my companion to activate the previous card. So I could use her to gain a meteorite now if there was one, but there's not. And then I could have played my monkey to activate her to solve after that on the next turn and do 2 plays in a row. Lots of options. I could just try to do quest number 9 instead. Yeah, that's probably better, right? Because quest 9 is right here. I could go here and gain an adjacent card and gain a quest 11. Quest 11 is right here. I just want to do like one more quest, but maybe two. I also could meld here also. Yes, let's just do that. Let's go here for our move. We are going to... Let's meld. No, I need to boast first, right? Yeah, I need to boast first. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 up here. And I'll just gather this to put a star on 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards, 3rd star. So my last star is either the 4th meld or like a 4th quest. Or it could be getting this token if somehow we got our guy all the way up and traveled over there, which is possible. I could play some cards that gave me some meaty, juicy guile. But yeah, let's just go to the melding route now. Okay, so that was move, that was gather, and we can play. So now playing which card? Don't have... I don't think I'll be gaining many more map tokens. Yep, I got it. Okay. Nope. No. Nope. Vanquish. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure which card to play here. They're all kind of like, some of them are weird. If I play them now. But I only want to play one that gains me guile, so it's this one or this one. But this one, I can't activate the previous card's ability. And I can't vanquish because there's no corruption. So this one, I could gain 2 guile, but then placing a worker on active card doesn't happen. I should have played before moving. Should have been my play, which I can do. I didn't reveal anything new. So if I was here, right, I could play here, and then vanquishing would make more sense. Yeah, let's do that. Let's say we're here first. We play first. We do have 2 stars. We have those existing. So we would gain 3 guile. 1, 2, 3. Then we could vanquish here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, oh yeah, we gotta do this. And then we could spend 1, 2, 3, 4. Take this. And the benefits revealed, which is an upgrade. But then I wouldn't have the 8 cards under my control when I moved over here. So instead, yeah, let's undo that. So I will gain this upgrade, and I'll attach it under here. So upgrades go under and they're tucked. So you don't see the workers. So I get this benefit right now, I'm pretty sure, of whenever I gain a map tile, I gain money. But it also gets me 2 victory points later. So I'll uncover that, I'll just do this, it's fine. At least we show upgrading. Then I would move to here, and I'll just gather a face-up card instead of boasting. Sure. AI. Han says, you could have played the monkey. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah. Okay. I didn't read chat. Good thing great minds think alike. All right. So move one forward. 5 stars. They have 5 stars. So this guy, he wants to move 1, 2. He's going to take these 2 tokens away. Oh, God. That's a lot of victory points there. Then this guy, he wants to move 1, 2. Okay. What's next? Now we want to gather, we want to boast where we are for sure, right? We're going to boast that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in our control. We don't count this, we don't count this, we don't count these. And then we're going to go meld city after that, right? Right. And we're going to stay over here because we got melding, we got boasting. Yeah. Even if they cover it, we got options. Yes. And we're rushing to the end of the game that way, I think. Okay. So we're going to gather. Should we play though also, or should we move after? If I play, I should move so that I can gather on the next one, I think. Yes. So I'll cover up the play. We'll gather here. We'll boast that we have 8 cards, put our 3rd store down, and then we'll move. And we're going to move to number 9, where we could solve and we can meld. Okay. Man, I don't know what I did to these cards. They're like all backwards. Okay, the AI just got their 6 star. We're running out of time. We're slowed down, I think. They don't do that. He goes 1, 2, 3. This one goes 1, 2. Okay, back to us. So here we are going to, we're not going to move. We like where we are. So we're going to play and gather. And we are going to play first. I forget what we're playing. This thing? To solve? Yes. Or do we play one of our meteorites and then just meld it right after so we get like tons of bonuses? Discard a card against core value. Rescue the previous card. Yeah, let's just rush it out. There's so much I could do, but like, let's just solve. We're going to play this. And we gain 2 power and 1 guile. Because we definitely have 3 stars, more than enough. We'll put a yellow worker here. And we will solve. We're on number 9. So we could solve this quest. We're at the location. We spend 2 power. It'll gain us a random token from the bag, which is worth 2 victory points later. And we tuck that under. 2 power, right? We gain a random token. Just throw it on our pile here. Okay. And then remember, she lets us gain the core value of all of our solved quests. So we now get a guile and a power. Perfect. And then that was the play, right? And then we gather. Let's meld a card. Let's just meld this one. So we're going to meld this one. It will gain us 1 to a max of 3. Per orange corruption we have. We have 4, so we're definitely getting the max. I'll take a 3 coin, but it does fire all the other ones off. So adjacent face-up cards, we have 2 adjacent face-up cards. So we get 2 more. Take a 5, get rid of a 3. And then another 3 for our map tokens. I'll get rid of this 2. Take a 5. Okay. Done. So AI, move token. North wants to go east to, it can't get this token. There's a special card for that. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. This guy wants to go west to grab corruption, but there's none there within 3. So we'll just go 1. Okay, back to us. We could just gather again to meld. And then move to our boast location. And then end it on the next turn, I think. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. So we're going to gather again to meld. Oh, this is not the right play either. Should have played more cards. That's okay. Oh, among cards in... Yeah, I'll just do this one. It's fine. This is not super efficient. I could have pushed the game further and kind of lined this all up better, but this will gain me $1 per color among cards in hand. So I have 1, 2, 3 different colors. So that's 3 money. And then I get to fire off the adjacent card thing. Wait, should I, maybe I move? No, that's fine. I could have moved and did it here, which would be better, but it's fine. I'll gain 2. I'll just get rid of this 3. Gain another 5. So that's for adjacent face-up cards. Map tokens, another 3. And orange corruption, another 3. So we have 4 meteorites, but we still have to go use the boast action to actually get the credit for it. We still could get another quest in there and get a little greedy before that, but then the more time we take, the more stars the AI gets. So I'm trying to cut the AI off of stars. Hopefully that doesn't happen. So we're going to just move to this boast location and hopefully end it on our next turn. Of course, they get 1 more star. I hate this. Okay. 3. It's going to move 1, 2, and take 1 corruption token off of here. Okay. And then this guy's just going to go 1, 2, 3. Back to us. We could just play a card then gather. Is there anything that gets us more money? Not really, right? Not really. Yeah, let's just do this one. I'll play a card. I'll play this one. It'll gain us a power, but then I can pay 2 guile to gain the top corruption from an adjacent location if it's a 3 or a 4. So that could get us 2 victory points. So we'll take 1 power. I'll put a red worker on this card. I'll pay 2 guile, and we'll take this token over here, which is worth 2 victory points because it's a 4. And then we'll gather and we'll do the boast, and we'll boast that we melded 4 cards. And I only have 2 quests though. It feels weird, but I'm okay with it. And oh, I still have 1 more turn after this because placing the 4th star triggers the end of the game. They get 1 last turn and I still get another turn actually. Forgot about that. Whoops. I maybe didn't do things right there. Token moves once. This guy just goes 1, 2. This guy goes 1, 2 and takes 1 token. Okay. Final turn. It's got to be a move and a play or a move and a gather. Probably the gather. Could just be here to get 2 victory points. I don't know any other one that'll really help us out more than just grabbing 2 cheeky victory points at this point in the game. So that's kind of boring final turn, but we're going to do it. Let's just do a move and a gather. And we'll gather 2 victory points. Okay. I've never, like, that's crazy, I think, to have that many coins before the end of the game, it feels. But I think that's part of the meteorite strategy. All right. That's the end of the game. So now we total up victory points. So it's super easy for the AI. We're just counting based on these 3 values. So how many stars they got, how many corruption tokens they have, and how many map tokens they have. So let's do map tokens first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 points. Remember that, because I won't. Now let's count. These are worth 2 each. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So 26 plus 9, 35, right? 35 so far. And the stars it had was 7. So 7 times 4 plus 35. What is that? What is 7 times 4? 7 times 4. 7 times 3 is that 29? No, it's 28. 28, right? 28 for the stars. I'm so bad with multiplication. Basic multiplication. So 7 times 4. My brain's fried right now. Plus 35. So that's 20. 28 plus 35 is 55 plus another 8. 63? 63, I'm right? Yes. Okay, good. I knew I would get there. I didn't want to look up at the chat, though. I want to try to see if I can figure it out. I can play complex games, but when it comes down to adding up scores in Euro games without a calculator or a pencil and paper, that is the true challenge in the game for me. All right. Next, that's it. The AI has 63, so now we can add up our points, which I think is the exact same score the AI got the first. No, they had 61, I think, the first time I played. Okay, so let's add up our victory points, which is right here on the board. So I don't have to remember. So we're going to add up, we'll do the coins at the end, but we'll gain the coins for our upgrade, so we get 2 more. I'll give this 3 back, take another 5. Okay, all these, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So 24. Okay, 24 for my corruption. Let's get all this money over here. I'm going to trade in some of this. Let's trade this in for a 20. Okay, let's trade these in for a 20. Okay, what was next? And our stars. So we had only 2 quests completed. So our stars are actually worth 8 each. Yeah. If you had 0 quests, they're worth 5 each. 1 quest is worth 6 each. 2 is worth 8. 3 or more quests completed, you're at 10. So I did only need to do 1 more quest and I would have got the max value. For some reason, I think you needed 4 to get the max value because there's 4 lines here. I misunderstood that before. Oh, I should have did 1 more quest. That's my bad. But at least they're worth 8 each. So 8 times 4. 32? 32. So 32. Oh yeah, I should have just been gathering coins to count this. That would have been easier. I'm dumb. Yeah, that would have been easier than trying to do it all in my head, right? I got these tokens. So 34, I said? 30, or no, 32, I said, right? Wow. I'm sorry, guys, it's painful. So 4 stars, what did I say they're worth? 8. 4 times 8, 32, right? So 30 and 2 more coins. 32, I said. Okay. And that's all. Now we just, I'll shrink this down if I can. There you go. All right, so I got 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 96. Oh boy, I should be playing on a higher level now. I did lose the first time I played this game though, by 3 points, I think. But I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, so I definitely should play against a higher level AI. If I just crushed it, if I did my math right, I might not have. But yeah, 90, 96 to 63. Victory. But yeah, then you think like, could I have taken another turn and like got another quest, but then the AI would have got another star? Could they have got more vanquish? Could they have, you know, like done, I guess that's all they really could have done. Yeah, so it's like, you can keep pushing it. Oh, but when the AI hits their 8th star, they would signal the end of the game, right? So they would cut me off. Let's see. Oh, it wouldn't have ended on the next one. Oh, 2 more rounds at least. before they actually would have got their 8th star. And then we would have had one more turn. So I would have had like 3 more turns in the game, but I was worried that they were going to cut me off before I got my like 4th star. So I wanted to like really lock that in. But yeah, I could have easily done 1 more quest, and that would have gave me 2 more money for each star. So another 8 points, but then they would have got another 4 for their star, plus maybe more of these. I don't know. Yeah, GG's. Han says, I hope Mel helped your daughter with her math homework because you'd both be there all night. Yeah. No, not gonna argue you on that. Even though I was like the math guy, going through school, math, even through university, college, all that, math, tons of math. But for some reason, the basic like multiplication in grade 4 is a true story. I was sick at home during the day. They covered like the basic multiplication tables. I think it was grade 4, if I remember correctly. But I'll never forget this. And I remember coming back to school the next day and asking the teacher what I missed. And she just handed me like the sheet, but I didn't get to sit there for the whole lesson teaching me multiplication tables for real. And then they never touched on it again. And I just had to kind of figure it out as I went. But I missed the whole day where they practiced it and figured it all out. So yeah, so that's a true story. So my whole life I've struggled with basic multiplication because I never took the time to actually sit down and try to memorize the multiplication tables and all that kind of stuff. So I do struggle with that. It's funny. And then when I reached like, you know, middle school and high school and they start giving you a calculator for everything. And then we got calculators on watches and phones and all that eventually. I just never cared about relearning it because I always had the calculator to rely on. So when I actually have to sit down and do multiplication, it's hard for me because some of the numbers I can't quickly do it. It's so weird, right? But yeah, I've always had that issue. I can do it. It just give me time, and I like slowly in my head kind of like add or work my way back, like, you know. But yeah, it's weird, very weird. It's definitely a weakness I'm exposing on the interwebs. Don't take advantage of it. Don't challenge me in a multiplication showdown. You will win every time. All right, Kenji, what's up? I came on math. I'm out. I came in on math. I'm out. Yeah. All right. Let me give you my thoughts on this game, which have changed literally through this playthrough, as I now played my second game of this game solo and played my second game period. But my thoughts are, when I first played it, first started reading the rules. No, actually, yeah. When I first started reading the rules, I was just seeing like this game is very generic, just another one of these boring basic worker placement games. And of course, I'm comparing it to Scythe. As I bought this game literally on the ideas engine building, card play, and it's got the Scythe art and license and world, which I love. But of course, it's like, come on, how could this game compete against Scythe? But does it have to? You know what I look at this like? There are people who play video games, and this is how I can relate it to where I go. So there's people, and it applies to board gaming, all gaming, sports, everything. Some people love competition. This game is competitive, okay? And if I was compared this or Scythe, and if I wanted one or the other, and why maybe you would want one and not the other, or you'd want both in your collection, if that even matters to you. Some people like playing video games that are PvE, player versus environment. They don't want other players messing with their stuff. They want to learn the AI, they want to beat the AI, they want to play their own little game, they want to relax and not have to worry about other a-holes messing with their stuff and challenging them, right? But then there's people who love PvP, player versus player, and board gaming, that's competitive, right? It's like the co-op versus competitive, right? And some people love the PvE VP, which is me. I like player versus environment, but I also love to have the stress of playing against another human. But I also love straight PvP. This to me is PvE Scythe. Even though you're competing against other players, trying to get victory points, the only way you're kind of messing with them is stealing cards from them before they want them, or blocking spaces where they are, but literally you can just move right through them and stuff, so it doesn't really matter. This is like if you took Scythe and removed the PvP. You're still kind of playing Scythe, you're kind of managing resources, moving around, racing on a victory track, you know, playing with your mechs, looking at the beautiful art. But it's like you took out the PvP aspect, the threat of someone coming in and kicking your worker in the face and stealing all your wood. Or taking their mech and stomping you out of a location and sending you back to your own base. And ruining your day. And gaining stars and stomping you, right? That threat of combat is missing here. So the fact it uses the Scythe name, I understand why. Money, it's a business. You want to make money. So hopefully everyone who bought Scythe will buy this game because it has Scythe on the title and it has Scythe art in it. But very little from Scythe is here, I feel. It's got the feel of Scythe with the whole action selection thing. But I don't know, man. It's its own game. But it's like, gives you that Scythe feeling of playing with players at a table. But like, it's that boring Euro, like, you're not really conflicting with each other. You know, racing for victory points without any kind of like, take that is kind of boring to me. But I still haven't played this multiplayer. And we will stream it because I see you guys voted, which I'm going to close the poll now. I see the yes is like a high percentage. 84% of you voted during the stream, all 90 votes. Thank you so much. That you would like to see us play this 2-player on stream. So we will stream it and we'll play a full 2-player going at each other. But it's like there's less confrontation is what I'm trying to say. At first I was like, that sucks. I wish it had more confrontation because I love that part in Scythe. I love playing games where there's no fighting in Scythe, but I love that the threat of it is there. And I like that. I like that. But this is just generic Euro, but it's still fun. It's still got the cool engine building. I'm a sucker for engine building. If you like the unique giant deck of cards that all have multi-use cards on them, like Arc Nova, Terraforming Mars, Wingspan, all that stuff, it has that. It's this, everybody's doing this nowadays, Earth, all those games that are like super hot. This game had to do, hey, me too, look at me. I got a whole deck of unique cards. Look at it, we paid an artist to do thousands of pieces of art. That's great, that's great. I mean, it's awesome, but it feels, when I first was approaching the game, I was like, this game is so mediocre. It's just so generic. I don't know if the art and my Scythe nostalgia glasses, my bias glasses for Scythe, would make me think this game was any good. And I'll be honest, when I was reading the rules, I was like, man, this game is going to be a boring snooze fest. I love the quality, of course. Jamie Stegmaier at Stonemaier Games knows how to publish games and make them nice quality and graphically look nice on the table and have good little bits and minis and stuff. But yeah, it was just like so generic. Like, oh, I kind of regretted, like, why did I buy this? Oh yeah, I bought it to experience it myself so I could judge whether this deserves the Scythe name on it. But the thing is, it's okay because that IP is Jamie's. He just wants to make more games than the Scythe IP. I'm okay with that. If you're going to pick an IP to have my board game in, I love the 1920 plus IP. I like this whole idea. Yeah, they have books and video games and art and all that stuff. I like that stuff. I like it. So I don't mind that it's there. But if you scrape that away, it's kind of just a generic, boring Euro. And it feels like it needs expansions. Like it was built with expansions in mind. That's the vibe I got from it. It feels very much like a, here's a basic game to kind of get you by. But it's like built, ready for expansions. Kind of like how Outer Rim felt, right? Outer Rim was like, cool, this game feels very good, but you play a couple times and you're like, okay, I've seen it all. It's like very generic kind of, but you know, you add an expansion, beef up a few rules, add some more cards for variability, maybe some more tiles and stuff, and then you got a juicier game on your hands, right? But this feels like it's like the heroes, the mechs, the tiles, the layouts, the cards, just ripe for expansion. Like it feels like it was built that like expansions, probably has 3 expansions already in the works for it or something, assuming it sells well. But I played it once and I was like, okay, I see what it's trying to do here. I love the AI that is super streamlined, super fast. AI turns are so quick. It feels like players are messing with you, changing up things on the board, even though there's no players there. And I don't have to read an 85-page rule book or sit there and go through a math formula, algorithm, whatever, to figure out which way I'm going to move the AI's mech, you know? Like, where is this mech going to go? It's literally like, just move it like this. Like, it's so easy. But playing it again today, taking my time after playing it once, And not all games this happens. Some games you play them, you struggle through, you're learning, and you're like, you still see that it could be awesome. But I didn't see it until I just played it today. And my second playthrough, working through the engine, seeing some different cards, trying a different victory point strategy, you know, exploring the map, knowing kind of what I could find and looking for it, not just blindly going places. And I had no idea what I was doing. But once you know what you're doing, I could see a table of 4 people, 5 people, 3 people, whatever, having a blast, ripping around this board, blocking each other, discovering stuff faster than other people, trying to grab cards before someone else does. I could see a 3 or 4 player game being very fun because stuff is just being stolen from you, blocked from you, a little more in your face, but not really. But solo wise, after my second playthrough, the game definitely went up a couple notches for me. And I definitely like it. The setup is quick. The insert, the token trays, easy to set up, easy to clean up. The bag of tokens, I literally just throw all these tokens back in, throw it back in the box, it's ready to go. There is a quick and dirty place for everything. Your mechs are here, tiles are here, that tray goes here. Your player components here, your bag goes here. Your cards just slide in here, and they do fit sleeved. I did have this sleeved when I took it over for like family game day yesterday, whatever. But didn't get it played, but I unsleeved it just for stream. But yeah, easy setup, easy teardown, quick AI, solo. Once you know what you're doing, 60 to 90 minutes, I could see easy peasy. And yeah, it's just a fun little, like, try to be efficient and gain victory points. It's like a very basic engine building game. But I don't have any cards in hand, so you don't really need to sleeve the game. Unless just shuffling, right? But you can shuffle without sleeving. But I do like the whole, all the card options, but the same thing applies to like Ark Nova and all those kind of games. I like taking the cards. I like trying to decide when to play. I do like this little mechanic. I loved it in Scythe, the way you can't do the same actions turn after turn. You have to block stuff, you know, move your pawn around. The same ideas here, moving the pawn around. I like that. That's fun. I like this, like, refreshing. I like the whole idea of playing as many cards, popping workers on them, possibly solving, upgrading, melding. I like the multi-use card stuff. I love it. And managing your resources. Like, I just like this whole active row and hand thing. It's kind of fun to try to manage that. It's fun. But yeah, overall, pretty solid game. Pretty solid game. But again, if you take away the Scythe art and the beautiful stuff, yeah, I don't know. It's like, it does a lot of good stuff, but is it a mind-blowingly great game? I don't think so. But it's definitely pretty good. And some people will love it more than others, of course. And you guys know my taste. Like, Euro games, like, they got to do something different or interesting, or they all start to just blend together. And racing for victory points is kind of like a lame mechanic, but in engine building games that do it well, it's the journey there, the fun building the engine and trying to see, like, it just spit out resources and victory points, and cascading effects. Like, I love that stuff. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. That's all what comes to mind. On says it depends on if you view Scythe as a game system or a world theme. Well, 1920 plus is the theme, and Scythe is a game, right? Scythe is a game in that world. So saying it's a sequel to Scythe doesn't tell me it's going to be Scythe 2.0. I know it's just in the same world, right? So it shouldn't be compared that respect. But to slap Scythe on the box, right? To tell people it's a Scythe sequel or a Scythe game or whatever, it's like, I'm going to compare it. But yeah, it's just another game, and that's the IP he chose to use. That's fine. But yeah, if I want to play a game moving around mechs on a map and gaining resources and building an engine, this doesn't touch Scythe, in my opinion. Doesn't even come close. Doesn't even come close. And it is in the same, like, category. But again, some people have played Scythe for years now and are bored out of their minds of it, right? But love the IP and want to support the publisher. Why not, right? But I know my gaming group, we don't play games like every week and get bored of them. We play games, and sometimes we don't play them for years, and we pull them back out and play them a couple times and put them away. So that group I would just play Scythe with. Anytime they feel like playing a game like this, I'm going to play Scythe with them. Or Arc Nova instead, or something like that. Probably would work better for them. But yeah. No, I didn't play Distilled, no. Han says, so you'd want a PvP expansion to make it better? No, I would just play Scythe. Scythe already does all that stuff I love. Like, I have all expansions for it and stuff like that. Yeah. It just makes me want to play Scythe. But this is a solid game. I need to stop mentioning it with Scythe, but you can't put it in the same world and put the name on the box without doing it, right? But yeah, it's a solid game. It's a solid game. Yeah, I definitely want to play it more. Like it wasn't hard to learn. There's some weird stuff in the rule book, but it's like the FAQ kind of locked that down. There's not much FAQ. The rule book's pretty well done. Kind of could use some more explanations or examples, I should say. It's kind of missing a bunch of examples that it could have done. But other than that, it's not a bad rule book. The AI is done well. The game looks beautiful. Setup's easy. Playtime's not that long. Yeah, I don't know. Got a lot good going for it. Just not much great. I don't know. That makes sense. And I could play 3-player with Kyle. I just don't really want to. And I was saying that earlier, Janet. I don't really want to play this 3-player and stream it 3-player because there are other games I'd rather spend the time playing with Kyle than this game. Like, he might like this game. Totally would like it. I know he would. But we also could play other games I know he might like more and that I'd prefer to play when like, we only have Kyle here so often, right? But we'll stream this. I'll stream this with Mel later in the week probably. And thank you for voting on that. And yeah, we'll try it out again. We'll see. I'll try to do a different strategy. I'll probably have a different mech. I'll have a different character maybe. And the locations will be different. We'll see a bunch of different cards. You know, I'll have another player there with different abilities. And we'll see. We'll kind of see how it goes. Yeah. 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 Anyways, yeah. It is a good game. Yeah, it's a good game. Nothing like, there's not anything bad about it. There's nothing bad I could say. Yeah, I can't say anything bad. It comes with a bag. It didn't tell me to go find a container to put all the corruption in. It actually came with a bag. Came with a tray to put all the tokens in. I didn't need to go find trays to put all the coins in or anything. Like, just those little touches, man. Came with snap-on bases to the miniatures, so we don't have to paint them. So you can play with them right away without having to remember which mech is whose mech. That you literally just can play by color, which I like. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Components, it's like a beautiful game. Definitely beautiful on the table for sure. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got. Mel's going to be here painting tomorrow. She's going to be painting on stream. Maybe she paints these instead. I don't know. We'll talk. I might switch her stream tomorrow to painting these. We'll see. I'll talk to her when she gets home later. We'll see. But she'll be painting tomorrow on stream. Then we're playing more Heat on Thursday with Kyle. We're going to start our championship series. And then I guess we're playing some of this later this week. And I'm not sure what else, to be honest, right now. I got to figure out some other games, but we'll see if I can get those ready for this week or not. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thanks for the support. Thanks for playing along. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for the rules catches. Love it. Thank you all for subscribing, liking, commenting, you know, all the jazz, the YouTube stuff. No, she's still working on the Descent minis. That's what the stream tomorrow is scheduled for. No, she'll be doing those for a while, I'm sure. Yeah, she'll be doing those for like a couple weeks probably, I think. No, I don't know how many episodes of that painting series there'll be. But there's no rush. Like, she can do that at her own pace. And then, like, if she wants to paint other stuff in between, totally fine. Totally fine. Totally fine. We'll play that game eventually, right? And 2 reasons why it's awesome to not play Descent the second it arrives. 1, I'd rather this time play with all the minis painted and ready right from the beginning. Actually, there's 3 advantages. Second advantage, the app will be more developed and people will play it in the wild and they'll patch it more. So we should be playing with the less buggy version of the game by the time we play it. And 3, it gives other people a chance to play scenarios well before we play them so people can avoid spoilers and join us on stream and play along with us. So yeah, those are the 3 reasons why I'm like, Mel, take your time painting. It's fine. Like, we'll get to it eventually. We'll get to it eventually. There's no shortage of other games to play and stream and stuff, so we're fine. But yeah, but yeah, maybe she'll paint these Scythe miniatures on stream tomorrow instead, or maybe another day later in the week. Yeah, like maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'll talk to her. We'll see. We'll see. Because I also now have to teach her this game, so that's going to take up an evening for sure. But she'll catch it quick, because I can use other games that she's played before to reference a lot of the mechanics in here. So it'll click with her super fast. I know it'll click with her. It'll be easy. Will she beat me though? Probably not, because I will crush her face. I'm just kidding. I would be out for blood. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. That's it. That's all I got, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Click the like button. Helps other people find it. Thanks to all 48 people who clicked the like button at this point. Much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you in the next stream. Bye.